Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. It is FA Cup action tonight between the title protagonists in the Premier League. Very easy word to say that. But yeah, Manchester City host Arsenal tonight in the FA Cup. Should be a very interesting game. And it is, of course, the first time we get to see City and Arsenal face off. Harry, as always, joins me tonight. You looking forward to this one?
Nice to get away from the Premier League. I think it's nice to also finally see these two teams go head to head. Obviously, bearing in mind that these aren't, the strongest 11s. Well, you could argue from City it probably is their strongest 11. Arsenal clearly could not give a monkey's about the FA Cup.
I don't think that's strictly true, but I do think that it makes a lot more sense for Arsenal to prioritise the Europa League and the Premier League, where they currently, I think, are, the favourites, I'd argue, based on current standing to win the Premier League. And the Europa League, obviously, I think they are the best team left in it.
Apart from the Champions League, you throw all your eggs in the FA Cup basket. I think it'll be a good game tonight. I think it'll be a close game. Hopefully you'll see a few goals. And hopefully not a replay, because no one likes a replay.
Yeah, no, that would be disappointing, wouldn't it? If we were to get a replay. Though it does give us another game between Arsenal and City.
The only thing I'll give credit to the Carabao Cup for is that it goes straight to penalties. And
it sort of has to, because nobody watches it anyway.
But equally, I understand with the FA Cup, obviously it's much bigger for the lower league teams to be able to go to a replay.
Of course, they need, if they can hold them at home and then get a brilliant away game like Anfield and get all the money.
Arsenal, City aren't little clubs too big, so money won't matter.
I think they'll be doing all right for gate receipts this season.
So getting through in the
especially the way they've been playing,
will be their main aim.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. X said, I predict a draw, he says. That's an interesting shout from the off. Already think that it's going to be a draw and then a replay. I just think, I look at the Arsenal side tonight, I think they're so weak that this City side should be dispatching them relatively easily. If City can't beat this Arsenal team, they have no hope against the full strength.
I was going to say, speaking of, what is that Arsenal team?
Of course, yeah, we probably should get into the lineups as we are fast approaching kickoff. We are, of course, at the Etihad tonight. I'm sure it is full to the capacity. And they line up with Stefan Ortega between the sticks. It is then potentially a flat four, though probably not knowing Manchester City, of Lewis, Akanji, Stones, Ake. Though for being realistic, it's going to be Akanji, Stones, Ake as a back three. Then Rodri and Lewis, I'd imagine, as the DMs. Then they're four of Mahrez, Gundogan, De Bruyne and Grealish, and then Haaland leading the line. I don't know why FootMob hasn't adapted to the fact that Guardiola is playing this 3-2-4-1 every single game. It could be a 4 tonight.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess we will see. As for Arsenal, it's the same 4-3-3, but very different personnel. Ramsdale is not doing the sticks. It is Matt Turner, the American shot stopper. Flat 4 features frequent changes. It's Tomiyasu holding Gabriel and Tierney. That's 3 changes from the side who beat Manchester United. Yes. Then in the midfield 3, it's Vieira coming in for Odegaard, but then Partey and Xhaka remain in the side. Saka and Nketiah start as well, but Trossard comes in for his first start in Arsenal colours. Instead of 4-3-3, but a lot of weakness in there. I think Odegaard, that we'll see tonight how much Arsenal, rely on Odegaard. But I still think Fabio Vieira is a fantastic player. And he definitely could step up into those shoes. They're big shoes to fill, don't get me wrong, but I think Vieira is a brilliant candidate to try and replace what Odegaard brings to this team. I think as much as Martinelli has been in brilliant form this season, the step down to Trossard is not a big step at all. It's barely a step. Yeah. I think they're both fantastic players.
That's probably the main man I'm looking forward to seeing tonight, Leandro Trossard, for his first start.
I do think Rob Holding is a bit of a weird one.
It's good, interesting. He does so. New hair
transplant,
maybe a new player.
Maybe he'll be rejuvenated to fight against Erling Haaland.
I still think it'll be close though. It's not a terrible Arsenal team. And,
it's not terrible.
City, I guess they haven't rested. They haven't rested at all, have they?
No, literally, I think it's full strength.
You've got to feel bad though if you're some of the Cole Palmer, Julian Alvarez not getting starts tonight. You've got to feel a little bit hard. Sergi Gomez, another one. You feel hard done when you're not getting a start tonight. But as we've said before, Pep and City will want to get through tonight.
Yeah.
Arsenal won't be too disappointed if they get knocked out. But if they do, I think they'll be favourites to win this competition.
Yeah, as I said, there is a problem with your stream. Sometimes I have to refresh when I'm expecting it just to go and play out. I don't know what's happening there, XZ. I don't really know what you mean, but yeah. Sorry that's happening, XZ. I don't really know what that. I don't think that's us. That's not us doing anything. So yeah, guess that's just a YouTube thing. Shouldn't. Do you mean like while you're watching, or is it like at the end, or what do you mean by that? I don't really get what you're saying. But yes, anyway, teams are now coming out of the tunnel, heading out to play this brilliant fourth round match in the FA Cup tonight. It feels weird we've got such a big clash in the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, I mean,
City-
third round.
City
It
have
was
been,
third
yeah.
round. It was FA, it was City Chelsea.
We usually go on about how City get easy cup draws, but this year has been anything but.
It is easy for City though, because Chelsea were rubbish.
Yeah, but like, City have had Chelsea and Liverpool right in the Carabao
They were
Cup.
both rubbish. I mean, I'd count them.
And they
as
got knocked out by Southampton.
I would count them as mid-tail Premier League sides,
Yeah.
because that's who what they
You
are.
wait for stream it starts, but sometimes for me it doesn't. I have to refresh. If you leave it for long enough, it will
Yeah.
start.
Oh, that's at the start of the stream. Yeah, it does that. YouTube's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
If you've already clicked on it before it's actually gone live, it messes up. It's strange.
Yeah,
But that's
you
right.
might have to refresh. But it's
In
not
terms
massive.
of tonight, then, I mean, teams working out of tunnel because we're on ITV. It's an advert. Predictions. I'll go first.
You go first.
I don't think we'll see a replay, but I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll be 1-1, and then Arsenal will start to bring on their big guns, and I think they'll win the game 2-1.
You're going for an Arsenal win.
I think Arsenal like the scoring through
That is
Fabio
interesting.
Vieira. City will equalise through Haaland, and then it will be Odegaard off the bench to win it for Arsenal.
I really don't rate Stefan Ortega, but I still think City will be fairly comfortable. I am going to go for a 3-1 Manchester City win. I think Ortega will concede,
And I think
but I think City will look
I think Rob Holding will earn himself a Premier League start next week.
No, you are waffling. No,
I think
I'm
he's going to pocket him. I genuinely
He's just
think.
not.
I
He's
think Rob
just
Holding's
not.
going to have one of the best performances of his
I'm
life.
going to go Haaland double and Mahrez goal, and then for Arsenal it will be Fabio Vieira stepping up into Odegaard's shoes, and I think he'll hit a brilliant little shot into the
Right.
top corner. Pick
So
it
I'm going
up,
for an Arsenal win, you're going for a City
yeah,
win.
pick up in that sort of midfield area and just pop one off, rocket into the top corner. Won't matter much though when they lose 3-1.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Next, they're going in the middle with a 2-2 draw.
Wouldn't mind that. If it's a 0-0 draw, we're not watching the replay.
Well, we might do.
Actually, because then they'll go to penalties, and penalties are always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. FA Cup's quite nice because it isn't like a normal Premier League game, obviously.
Yeah, it's a shame that
Usually-
the first time these two are meeting is in the FA Cup, but at least it
Yeah.
gives us an idea of what we can expect when
But
we do get to
usually,
their
though,
meetings in the Premier
It's
League.
usually fun. There's usually quite a few goals because both teams are rested.
Yeah.
But with City's full strength side and Arsenal's second string side, it's going to be interesting.
Do you think that that Mikel Arteta's knowledge of this Manchester City team assists him tonight?
Maybe. But I'm just looking at that bet. Palmer, Alvarez.
City have
Phillips.
such strength in depth. They have for years.
They've got no
obviously.
youngsters. Sergio Aguero doesn't even make the bench.
How they've managed to lose Sterling and Jesus and look stronger.
That isn't that isn't actually a bad Arsenal side.
No, but I think Rob Holding and Matt Turner are the big.
Like, that
goals.
could win a Premier League game. Easily.
Yeah, against Bournemouth, but other than that,
I don't know. Matt Turner didn't look too bad at the World Cup.
he didn't play, did he? Oh no, he did, didn't he? Yeah. USA.
Okay, Rob Holding's different now.
How many clean sheets did they keep at the World Cup?
Got none.
Yeah. Against England, that was it, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have a shot.
He kept clean sheet against Jack Grealish last time.
Arsenal about to get us underway here at the Etihad, and Ketia and Partey stood over the ball. Looks like Arsenal are going to try the overload from the off that we see so regularly do nothing. But yeah,
Party's going to go for a two-man kick-off.
I doubt it.
Why?
Well, he might just tap it to him and then go for a run, I guess.
We are just awaiting.
Awaiting kick-off here. The referee blows his whistle and signals that proceedings are to get underway. It's back to Matt Turner. He's going to pump it long, and Arsenal are going to try put pressure on from the off. Rodri heads it the other way, though, and it's immediately relieved. Tierney on the ball. Under pressure from Mahrez. Forced backwards, and Arsenal, they're going to have to be... well, I say defensively solid, but they have been all season, so there's no reason they wouldn't be against this Man City side.
Apart from the fact that Rob Holding's in the team.
Yeah.
But I still
Party
think the
dispossessed,
system-
I think
I
that's
still
a
think the
soft one.
system's the same. So it's going to be really interesting how it plays tonight.
De Bruyne there wins the ball off Party. Apparently, in the eyes of the referee, that is a foul. I think that's incredibly soft.
But
but
again, as I
30
said,
seconds
it's a big
tax.
chance for obviously Trossard to prove himself. Obviously, well, not prove himself, but new club. You want to hit the ground running.
I think it is proving himself. I think a lot of people have been disregarding the transfer of Leandro Trossard to Arsenal. I think
Yeah.
there's been a lot of criticisms regarding his age and
I think
the fact that he's got Premier experience, but bar that, he's not a superstar signing.
I think he's
is
also
he?
got to prove that he is ready for that step up. I think it's
Yeah.
a good chance for Fabio Vieira to show his skills. I think Rob Holding.
Rob Holding has
already
fouled Erling
him.
Haaland.
Ref says he thinks
Haaland
found
was
him.
offside.
No, he thinks Haaland
no.
found him. Wow.
All right, Rob
Coutinho
Holding's
already.
different gravy.
I don't know, you know.
I'll have to see a replay.
I
It
mean,
looked
City are
to me.
furious.
I mean, it's a bit of both, isn't it? But Holding definitely grabs his shirt as he
But
pulls into the
Haaland pulls. To be fair, it's a 50-50.
Oh yeah, they're
I
both
think.
pulling at each
They're
other's
both pulling
shirts.
each other's
So
shirt.
yeah.
Rob Holding does well there. I'm going to give Rob Holding credit for that.
The problem is it is clumsy. I think if that's in the box,
If he does that 3 more times, the ref's going to start going, right, come on, Rob. But he's won a free kick, so...
I like the thought they're on a first name basis. Rob Holding and the ref. For us to everyone else by their
Paul
surname.
Tierney does in his spare time.
Goes to strip clubs with Rob Holding.
God.
It's the weirdest mix of
I'm sorry,
people.
anyone saw those in a strip club. I mean, that is, again, City annoyed that that's an Arsenal throw. It wasn't
I
an
don't think
Arsenal throw.
referees are able to spend their free time with footballers. By the way, welcome to the stream, Happy Hara. I believe it's your first time here, in which case, welcome to the stream, welcome to the community. They say, go Arsenal.
Arsenal, I mean, it'll be interesting. It's a weak side compared to City's full strength 11. I still think they can get a good result, though.
But it's a very similar attack. I don't think there's much. It's not a much weaker attack than what they usually play with, so they can keep it solid at the back.
Yeah.
There's no reason they can't hit City, and we've seen City be very porous in defence. We saw obviously Southampton tore them apart in the EFL Cup a couple of weeks back.
Is the fact that neither side will want to replay because of the
The fixture congestion's already horrible. I know Arsenal are somewhat lucky that they don't have to play in the round of 32 of the Europa League, but they've still got a lot of games to fit.
Do you think that can factor into the fact that they might go for a bit more? That's slightly from Matt
I mean,
Turner, though. And the ball's
this
found
is
De
messy
Bruyne. It
from
falls to Haaland, back to De Bruyne, back
Arsenal's
to Haaland.
defence.
Lays it off to
Rodri pops one
Yes,
off, but it's
over.
well over. Not a great effort there from Rodri.
Yeah,
but
do you think that
a shot
factors into the
really
fact that neither side wants to replay? Will they go for it?
I think if we get to the 80th minute and it's still 0-0
I'm
or
not
it's
expecting them
1-1,
to go for a
but
minute. Well,
yeah.
this is a good photo from City here. Sloppy from Matt Turner.
The thing is, this isn't just an FA Cup tie. This gives, the team that wins today, as much as obviously it is full strength for City and Arsenal have rested a bit, it's a bit of a confidence boost. It gives them the first, land the first blow of the season. It gives them a bit of an edge in the other ties, but...
I mean, it looks like Arsenal will get the final knockout nonetheless, but they'll still want to deal a few blows to City.
Yeah, well, if they lose today, could they lose confidence and lose both other games to City, in which case City are right back in it?
Certainly won't be a round 1 knockout, it'll be a round 4 knockout for the losers.
Brilliant. Ake on the ball. Gundogan.
This boxing analogy isn't going to last the stream.
I just constantly bringing it up. Akanji. Into Rico Lewis, not Lennox Lewis, the famous boxer.
Stefan Ortega's got it in his boxing ring with his gloves on, and he's ready to go.
Definitely not. Ortega goes long, he's in search of Erling Haaland.
Of course
Rob
he's-
Holding
Oh, do you
beats
know
him
what?
in the
Oh,
air
yeah,
though,
brilliant.
and then Gabriel wins it off Mahrez.
Oh, he falls over his feet.
No, he did alright there to
Trossard.
stay
What can
on
he
his
do?
feet.
Up against
Trossard.
John Stones, he's going to take us down the left. This is good for Trossard. That's the thing, he's done nothing, but he's managed to carry the ball 30 yards. He cuts
Now
him.
he could cut in. I thought he might pop one off foot's thingy on his
Oh,
arse.
so
Tomiyasu, what an
Ooh.
effort and a brilliant stop from Ortega.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a venomous shot.
Trossard.
Well denied by Stefan
Ball's back in
Ortega.
there, by the way. Bouncing around.
Stones tries to clear it, but only as far as the edge of their own area.
But
Xhaka.
Trossard he just ran forwards, but he's so
Trossard,
good.
lovely
It's-
flick
oh,
onto Tierney.
brilliant.
Trossard strutting his stuff in the early parts of
He's
this
had that
game.
ability.
Tierney
He
crunched.
drove the ball from the halfway line to the City penalty area and created a brilliant chance. It was a really good effort from Tomiyasu.
Trossard, good ball in.
that's a good
Ake
effort,
denies
Ake.
it going to
But yeah,
Saka, and
brilliant
now
effort from
City can get
Tomiyasu
it
and
out.
equally as good
can't
save
get it out.
from Stefan Ortega.
I thought City were going to just get rid of it there, but Arsenal have possession again in high up the pitch. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I am Harry. Says hello, lads. Great to see you, Harry.
Love it. I love the green. The green and the TFC logo. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see. Gabriel
It's just, it's a good ball.
looking for
It's not a
Vieira,
bad
but it's
ball,
cut
though.
out by Akanji.
But yeah, Trossard,
Rodri.
looking lively already.
Yeah, he is an exciting player, Leandro Trossard. Sort of lost his mojo under De Zerbi at
Like,
Brighton.
it
Still
is
had some
this-
good games.
It is the weird 3-2-4-1
Yeah.
for City tonight.
Though obviously
That's a-
Lewis drops in
Yeah.
defence and they sort into a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 and then they
Stones.
move into this 3-2-4-1. Which
Arsenal just putting the pressure on City now.
is it
Sheffield
genius
Taker
or is it
playing out,
mental?
it's inset by Gabriel, is out for a goal kick.
I do think once the City, formation gets going, it does. I think it will be successful. I mean, it's rare that
He has caught this
Guardiola gets it
so well.
yeah,
Look
that
at-
gives like Benjamin Pavard.
Yeah, I'm telling you now.
2018.
More if it's more to the left,
2018.
it's a goal. But that's a good save from Stefan
Yeah.
Ortega.
Just look sharp. Arsenal fans maybe aren't so sad about missing out on Mudryk.
No, because Mudryk said
I think they both. I think they make sense in terms of Mudryk to Chelsea, Trossard to Arsenal. What Arsenal needs is a player that can come and do a job right now. They've got their future solved with Gabriel Martinelli. They need quality players that can come in, do a job now, and they can challenge for the Premier League
Well,
title.
obviously
Chelsea need a squad that can
yeah.
fight for the Premier in the next 3 to
not
4
doing
years.
well right now. But you look at Mudryk.
Felix, if he is to join on a permanent.
Mudryk, Felix,
And Nkunku coming in the door in a few months.
Madueke, your Breuer once he's
Yeah.
back fit. It's gonna be.
That is the only thing I'm annoyed about not having an FA Cup game this weekend. Is it would have given Mudryk another chance to shine and Madueke a first start against potentially lesser opposition if it's in the Cup.
Well,
that would have been
It would have
nice.
been Arsenal, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, in an ideal world, we didn't play City last round. We wouldn't
yeah.
then be playing Arsenal this
Obviously,
round.
we always get City, so we'll probably beat Dortmund and get City in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Yeah.
But
Matt
look-
Turner, lovely distribution by the
great.
way, and Ketia flicks on. It hasn't fallen to anyone. Vieira putting
I
the
like
pressure on, but
Vieira,
Stones covers it nicely.
Fabio.
Yeah.
Um,
Technically a brilliant player, very hard working as well. Fits that Odegaard mould
Yeah.
of play. He's a brilliant
not
attacker midfielder.
Patrick Vieira, for anyone that was confused. He isn't back at all. He was back playing for Arsenal at, 40 odd?
I think he's a bit older than 40. No, I guess maybe I'd say probably 50 now, though.
Late 40s.
Yeah,
Low,
early 50s.
Xhaka's won it back. He got
I know, I guess not, because if he was invincible in what? This is poor. 04, right? No. Was it 02 or 04? Something like that.
Was it the 02-03 season?
Something like that, yeah.
We're
02,
not
03,
Arsenal
03,
fans,
04.
so I don't care. I don't remember it. I don't want to remember it.
Yeah.
I first remember Antonio
De Bruyne.
Conte in
Stones.
1670.
Knocks it back to Ortega. Ortega to Akanji, and now
City's probably
City can
enjoying
bring it
getting the ball on
forward.
the ball, to be honest, because
It's been all Arsenal so far.
if Tommy Asu scores that though, I think.
And a big error from Rob Holding. Haaland's in behind. Turner's
Oh,
come out.
Turner's on
It's not
fire
done
now.
terribly.
Haaland's got the
with a
dicey.
great kick at Tommy
Wow.
Asu on the line
I
denies
mean,
him.
do you know what? Terrible from Rob Holding, but Matt Turner's been that alive to it. Because I don't think Haaland's
Well,
expecting him to come rushing out.
I don't know whether you call.
run at
I
him.
don't know whether that's completely mad. Whether that's madness or genius there again
it was
from
both,
Matthew
I
Turner.
think.
It just came flying
Rob
out.
Holding
Very.
didn't know what he was saying. He was trying to appeal for a foul.
It's sort of very reckless, but it's also
He was moaning for the foul. That's why he missed
he's
it.
done the job.
And Matt Turner comes flying out.
And then I thought Haaland was actually going to bury it,
Tommy Asu's covering.
Ibra style.
But that's Rob Holding got caught out
Tierney
there because simply because
flicks
he was
forward,
too busy
Trossard
moaning about a foul
under
rather
pressure,
than worrying
trying
about
to
getting to the
flatten
ball.
this.
That's good from Rico Lewis. He is good.
Again, though, Haaland able to get the better of Holding again. I feel like that's going to be the common theme tonight.
But I don't know how he didn't. Surely he should have saw Matt Turner and just dinked it over him, knocked it past him.
Yeah.
Because he was already out of his box, already on the floor. That's
Oh,
sloppy
that's
from
poor from Ortega, and Arsenal have the ball high up the pitch. Xhaka turns it very nicely into Saka, to be fair. Now Saka out in a wide area, gives it to Tomiyasu. Takehiro Tomiyasu now backwards with Holding. Holding looks composed on the ball, gives it to Gabriel, and now Arsenal will try and come down this left. Tierney inside to Trossard, but it's a poor ball and it's picked up by Rodri. City DM can now drive it forwards. Needs a forward option though, Rodri's not getting one. Has got John Stones to the right in support. Stones. City just haven't got an outlet right now. And they've lost, brought out a player to City throw. They managed to pick out Morris, but he had nowhere to go with it. Tries to pass it backwards, intercepted by Trossard, but out for a throw. City are struggling to break down this, cut through, this Arsenal press. Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of teams struggle to do that, but it's interesting to see Man City, usually so good at being able to resist the press, but tonight just struggling a little bit in this first 10 minutes. I mean, you'd imagine as the match wears on, they'll be able to break through it more regularly, but that, yeah, it's a strong point for Arsenal, the fact that they've been able to keep Man City in their own third so far, pretty much. Saka, I think that came off Nathan Ake, so it's going to be an Arsenal throw there. Who's your favourite City player or Arsenal player? City player, probably someone. I think Riyad Mahrez is a fantastic player. Really exciting. I think also Kevin De Bruyne. Wish he'd never left Chelsea, obviously. As for Arsenal, I think Martin Odegaard. Again, it shows you the sort of profile of player I admire. I think Saka as well for Arsenal. There's a brilliant player, but...
Got to be Foden for City, I think.
Yeah?
Just because he's English.
Right.
And obviously...
But not Stones or Walker.
And Arsenal, probably Saka. I like Odegaard though.
Yeah.
But Rob Holding.
Oh, right, yeah, no, first.
Legendary.
I'll probably go Ortega.
Matt Turner really catches my eye when he plays football.
Mainly because he does that completely
lose
mental.
that to Rodri.
Gundogan manages to beat Saka to the ball.
I do think Rodri will get
Ake.
better with Vieira tonight. I think he could be quite quiet.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think he's touched the ball yet.
No, he has. He's had a few moments where he's got on the ball.
Gundogan driving forwards is a good movement. Still going. The gap's just there.
Grealish now. Can he get the ball in? He can. Tries to find Mahrez at the back post, and Turner will look to distribute this quickly. He kicks it up the pitch. Who can he find? Eddie Nketiah challenging Akanji.
Using his body really well there, Nketiah.
Yeah, Akanji then managed to get to Ake now, so he can come forward. Grealish, De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to Grealish. Grealish now doesn't fancy the 1v1 with Takehiro Tomiyasu. Goes back to Ake. And now City can move it across this back line. Stones being drawn inside by the pressure of Leandro Trossard, who then has Mahrez as an outlet out wide right. Goes back to Stones. They're very deep. City being pushed deeper and deeper. It's now back with Ortega, and City's defence are in their penalty box. But then, if they can pick out that pass forwards, as they have done now, Haaland chests to Gundogan, but the ball from Haaland back to Gundogan isn't good enough. Vieira has been caught in the face there via the studs of Ilkay Gundogan.
Oh, he's all right.
No malice intended by the German midfielder, but just went in a little over eager.
Yeah, I mean, probably should go with his head.
Probably rather than with his boots.
I
know it wasn't even his head.
I'll be honest. Don't really know what part of him touches the top of Vieira's head though.
Angle was poor. I thought he'd gone up for the ball and then sort of
Vieira's
kicked him in
right.
the face. But
Arsenal stood out of the free kick because it was still a bit overzealous from German. And it is, who is that? It's Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka. Could think this before. They've definitely got players in there that are capable of finishing this.
Xhaka's the deepest.
I don't think. Is there not anyone behind him?
No, counting him. Yeah.
To be fair, City haven't got anyone forwards. So
true. Ball at Holding, flicked on by Pike.
Saka tries to get a shot away, but it's blocked. City looking to counter.
Xhaka's in trouble.
Xhaka's under pressure from De Bruyne. Plays it safe for Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu tries to play it forward.
Don't mind the ball.
Kanji wins it and very straight out of play.
Do not mind that from Tomiyasu. They're trying that.
24 votes, by the way, in the poll in chat. 67% Manchester City, 29% Arsenal, and 4% opting for a draw. We've got a fun fact from XZ as well. Matt Turner never played football until the age of 16. It shows.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't have to start early in your life. Well, not early.
Yeah, he wasn't even interested in it until he's 14. Goes to show how late you can be to the party as a goalkeeper. You don't need as many physical and technical attributes. Well, no, of course you don't really. Even if you're a goalkeeper, you don't really need to know how to play football. You just need to know how to keep it out your back of your hands. Obviously, he is quite good with the ball at his feet, quite accomplished in that regard. So he's definitely done a lot of work on that.
Your job is to stop balls going in the net. If you can do that, doesn't matter how you do it. As long as you do it, you do it. You get paid to do it. But yeah, obviously lots of successful people start things late in their life. Don't give up.
Matt Turner gives me sort of Emi Martinez vibes. I feel like it's going to be an Arsenal reserve for the next 4 or 5 years. He'll play in an FA Cup final and play a few games. He won't be able to get in the US team because it'll be Stefan for a few years still, and then obviously Slanina and that. But then he will start. But then he'll play an FA Cup final, get a move somewhere, start playing regularly, and then actually get into the US team. Yeah, Well, if they didn't have Robert Sanchez.
Wow,
Sanchez.
how long
Oh, he
is
could go, couldn't he? Well, 24, isn't he?
Oh.
25, which is quite young for a keeper.
What nationality is he?
Spanish.
Oh, he's not going to get a player, is he?
Well, why not?
Oh, De Gea's rubbish. Kepa's.
Well, if it wasn't for like David Raya and Unai Simon. Yeah, 25, Robert Sanchez.
Oh, fair enough. That's young. Well, I'll look. Hey, Martinez. I think he's probably one of the
I think we've got probably the strongest.
That's handball.
We've got a really, really strong crop of Premier League goalkeepers right now. I don't look at a single club and go, oh, even like Forest have Dean
By
Henderson.
the way, I'll see another backup. When talk about Bernd Leno at Fulham.
Yeah.
Why don't Arsenal just like their backups just get recycled.
Well, they just store goalkeepers.
They're still really good.
Yeah.
Like Leno still his job. Emi Martinez, World Cup winner. He wouldn't have won the World Cup though if he'd stayed at Arsenal.
Nick Nack, welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm late. That is absolutely fine, Nick Nack.
You're
Didn't
only
realise what
26
time
minutes late.
it was. Yeah, well, I mean, you've missed 16 minutes of this game so far, so you've still got the best bits. What have I missed?
Nothing.
Well, it's one-way traffic. Arsenal
Okay.
look stronger. City aren't able to resist the press. They're getting pushed further and further back until eventually they try and just, pump it long to Haaland, and then
Tommy
that
Asu,
doesn't
an
work.
absolute beauty that was saved.
Yeah.
Haaland is bullying Rob Holding
Well, I don't know. Holding's held his ground so far.
by holding his shirt.
Ironic.
That's good for me.
We should have to see Stones.
If I do say so myself, I'm not arrogant.
Into Haaland. Haaland, back to Lewis. City they've got nothing. I genuinely, I don't know how they're going to break down this Arsenal team.
There, but Stones didn't play the ball.
No, I don't think it was on. He couldn't really see it through the bodies, through the sea of Arsenal.
That's what I noticed when players at Arsenal. There's even no room to use.
They're just brilliant.
Like, look at the midfield.
It's a
There's
4-2-4 at the moment, but like that Grealish ball would be cut out by Tommy Asu. All the four players stood in front of Stones. Akanji now could find Grealish out wide, but doesn't go for that ambitious pass. Okay, Grealish. I think Arteta knows exactly, obviously, how to beat City,
Silly from Tommy Asu though.
and that's to it's not really. Free kick deep
No,
in their
he's
own
running back
half.
towards his own goal.
Yeah, but it's just slows City down.
But it also means the next one he does.
They've now got to do that whole phase of play again of trying to get it forwards, having to go back, trying to get it forwards, having to go back. It just resets them once more.
City aren't very good, are they?
Oh, it's an interesting observation, but I think so far in this game they don't look the same team they have in the last few seasons.
Next season is for random.
You
Weird
do just feel
formation
though,
clicks.
if City find a pocket of space, they will get a goal.
This game's still 0-0, I guess.
Exactly. I think as much as Arsenal have done very well to keep City penned in their own half, all this takes is a brilliant ball over the top. Haaland muscles, Rob Holding off the ball, and then they're in. We'll take a trying that ball forward to Haaland. Haaland tries to flick it onto Grealish. And Arsenal have possession again. Arsenal, on the other hand, have loads of space to play with. They're not going to use it though. They're trying an ambitious ball over the top. But they've got a lot of space in wide areas, Arsenal. City's sort of formation, their new formation, it's very narrow, especially in defensive areas. When they're trying to play, in this possession style, it becomes a 3-2-4-1. And they can't really find Mahrez or Grealish since they're so high. They can't really pick out Gundogan or De Bruyne because that's in similar roles to where Lewis and Rodrigo are. It's a weird one. Gundogan able to flick it to Haaland. Haaland uses his body excellently, but he can't get it to Gundogan quick enough. And Arsenal regain possession. By the way, welcome to the stream, Lath. Says hiya, Lath. It's been a while, but yeah, welcome back.
De Bruyne.
Finds Mahrez.
What
Can he deliver it?
He's just standing around.
That's the problem as well. When Haaland is too static sometimes, I feel, for City's constantly flowing style of play.
That's the thing. At Dortmund, he knew he could stand still because he knew
system,
team's goal was to get the ball to him and he will score. He didn't have to do any work to get
City
the ball.
still, the objective is get the ball to Haaland and he'll score.
But they do it in a different way. They do it more fancy and flowing.
Yeah.
Whereas Dortmund's just, we will get this ball to Haaland whether they like it or not. And once you get the ball to Haaland, let him do the work because he's going to sort it out.
Would you say it's true that Haaland's not a big game player? Because I think it's a bit of an interesting one because we've seen him have brilliant performances in big matches. I think of the Manchester derby, for example, the 6-3 one. But then I think back to the most recent Manchester derby where he was barely involved. So
I would say
it's an interesting one, isn't it?
I kind of agree with it because for me,
he definitely looks stronger against weaker defences, but that
in
is
your biggest games, so
obvious.
in your derbies, in your finals, the one thing you have to bring is your work rate and your hard work, and you have to keep going.
I think Haaland works hard. I think it'd be slander to say he doesn't. But
I just think, but you always have to beat to give keep moving, keep. If you're static in big games, you're going to miss out.
yeah, Vieira picks up the ball in a good area, finds Trossard. Bearing it on goal here, can get a shot away, does get a shot away.
Save.
Big save, big hand from Ortega as well there, because he
No,
could have
big
easily
save
knocked
from
it
him
into
there,
someone. And now Mahrez tries to do too
fair,
much with it, and
he did
Arsenal
really
have the ball
well against
back.
Chelsea in the third round of the
Partey.
FA Cup. Making
Oh, that's
some big
brilliant from
saves.
Thomas Partey.
And again, he's made 2 today
Tierney.
already.
Xhaka. I think Stefan Ortega is exactly what City need in a backup goalkeeper.
Like,
Comfortable with the ball at his feet, good stopper,
But
but
it's a bit
he isn't
sloppy.
going to be challenging Ederson.
but it's a bit. That's the difference between him and Ederson.
Yeah, but he'll get better.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
And he's
Once
much better than
Ederson's
Zach
gone,
Steffen.
He will be Ederson's fine replacement. Just needs to get better. Better quality.
Well, I
with
think
his,
Ortega's older, isn't he? And by the way, Grealish releases Haaland in behind. Hey, can Haaland get to it? No, it's cleared away. I believe Ortega's like in his 30s, isn't he?
Yeah, teams like you should do that, don't they? They should go for a younger backup goalkeeper.
Or old.
Yeah, I suppose. That's a big
So,
saving.
still a good keeper, but have already played their best years. And
I guess they probably wanted someone experienced.
Yeah, I think Ortega's been around a while. Might be wrong there. I will fact check. Yeah, 30 years old, Stefan Ortega.
Blimey.
He's been playing in the Bundesliga for years. Like I said, talking about Jordan Pickford. Oh, like who's the best goalkeeper in the league? Ranking him as
Nick
Alisson first, Kepa second, Pope third.
Pope.
I think Alisson's done really well this season. He's faced more shots than Nick Pope, obviously.
Grealish cutting in, that's good.
I think Newcastle defence has been so impenetrable at times that Newcastle's opposition just doesn't get shots away.
But the big thing for me, and I'm just talking about on paper here, I'm not talking about statistics. Alisson has a mistake in him. Pope doesn't.
Obviously, every goalkeeper. I do think we've seen a high proportion of errors from Alisson over the years.
I don't think I've seen Pope have a bad game.
You've not watched enough Burnley.
No, but like when they lose 7-0, that's hardly his fault. He does what he can.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's the thing. He's only ever been in 2 teams. A Burnley team, we could just go, well, it's the defence's fault. They're shit.
Yeah.
Or a Newcastle team where they've conceded like 3 goals this season.
But I look at Brighton
Yeah,
games
they're
this
not-
year.
they're barely
I look
lost.
at Leicester at home. Really big errors that at the end of the day cost them. They get Leeds, another one, just cost them the game. But obviously, to be fair, I'll give him credit. The defence in front of him is rubbish. Not rubbish like in terms of paper, but right now.
I think it is rubbish in terms of on paper.
Probably, I guess.
I think Konate's solid, but other than that, in centre back, I think
Joe
Matip's
Gomez.
error prone. I think Joe Gomez is incredibly inconsistent. But he rarely has a good game. Gomez, I don't think he's at this. I don't think he's good enough for this level. And Van Dijk's just all over the place at the moment. He's just not having a good season
similar
at all.
for Kepa with Alisson. Less.
I think Kepa is a good goalkeeper, but I think he's looked better this season because Chelsea don't have a defence at times.
That's what I was going to say.
It's interesting because Chelsea's defence are
Again,
actually strong, but the whole team just
Kepa
doesn't
face
work. at the
more
moment.
shots, but I also think Kepa doesn't have a mistake in him like that. But also he has a mistake, but he hasn't made mistakes like Alisson, like giving the ball away to the other team, passing it to them, and giving an empty goal. Kepa's just made like bad decisions, like when he doesn't come for the ball against City and Mahrez gets there and scores. When he didn't come to the ball against Liverpool, we also conceded. It's his coming out that lets Kepa down. I think Pope just has it all.
Kepa feels like a fantastic goalkeeper that's in a smaller league that's just done really, really well, but just needs refining.
Yeah.
But the difference is Kepa's been in the Premier League for 4 years now.
Spent so much money on him.
So 4 or 5 years now. So it's a really weird one with Kepa. I think the problem is if he'd come in at 20 mil, people go, what a brilliant signing.
Yeah.
But he came in at 70 mil, the most expensive goalkeeper of all time.
Riyad
Mahrez, can he get a shot away? It's well blocked. Falls to Rodri, nods it down to Lewis.
I think the other one,
De Bruyne.
I think the World Cup
Comes inside on his left. It's a great effort from Kevin De Bruyne,
right.
but it's just wide.
I think the World Cup's helped him a bit, but I still think he's underrated by some. Emi Martinez.
I think Martinez is a very good goalkeeper. But
I think he doesn't have an error in him, but most of the time he's just brilliant.
is Nick Pope the only goalkeeper on the planet that you think doesn't have an error in them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say Courtois, but I hate him.
Yeah, no, Courtois is, I think, the best goalkeeper in the world. right now.
I can't say
Arguably one of the best goalkeepers of all time.
Oh, I can't say that.
Like I still think right
Kind of
now,
agree with it, but I can't say
right
it.
now, I think Casillas and Buffon and
Check.
arguably are better than him. But I think if
Neuer.
once he retires, it'll be interesting to see what he's got on his CV, because I still think Real will probably win another Champions League in the next 4 or 5 years, and I think Courtois will still be their goalkeeper.
In terms of what he's won, yeah, but obviously in terms...
I think he's a magnificent player as well. And I do agree with this notion that actually, what more could he have done this year
Yeah.
to win a Ballon d'Or? Goalkeepers will never win a Ballon d'Or, because what more could he have done this year?
If he was 3 inches shorter, this is a different debate.
Well, if he's 3 inches short, he's a left back. Come on.
That's what I'm saying though, but like...
He's
if
in goal
Kepa-
because he's like
If Kepa was his height, he would probably be
I don't
as
get your
good
point
as Courtois.
here.
I'm saying if everyone was the same height as Courtois, I think he is being helped by his size.
All right, so by that metric, if Arnautovic was a bit shorter, he'd be Messi. If Ziyech had a right foot, he'd be Messi. Like, what's your
No,
point?
but-
Like, yeah, he's got an advantage of his height. That's why he's a goalkeeper.
No, if you look at the best wingers in the world,
Yeah.
well, like some of them,
Diminutive.
over the years, very small. Messi, Hazard.
I don't really get your point.
If Ousmane Dembele was the same size,
He is.
he would be... No, he's not. He's
Ousmane Dembele's not that
taller
tall, is he?
than Hazard and Messi. But if he was the same... If the winger was the same size, they would be better. They'd be closer to the ability of Eden Hazard and Lionel Messi.
I don't get what your point is. Yeah, two goalkeepers are going to be good at saving things. Okay, Dembele's 1.78 metres.
You cannot tell me that Lionel Messi is 1.78 metres tall.
Messi's 1.69. So if he was
80
0.08...
centimetres shorter.
You are waffling. He's only like 3 centimetres
I'm
taller
not.
than...
I'm just saying. So say Courtois
Neymar.
was the same height as Kepa, he would not be as good of a goalkeeper as he
that's
is.
why he's good. He's tall. I don't get what your point is.
I'm just saying he wouldn't have won anything if he wasn't tall. I think he's been helped out by his size and not his ability. Here's Saka. Can he make it 1-0? Probably not from here, so he's got to cross it in, and he's nearly beaten Ake and he's fallen over. That was disappointing. Here comes Ake. Again, City's have no options. Party, that's good. Whoa, that's...
Wingers that are shorter have the advantage of a lower centre of gravity. They have better balance, which helps dribbling. Yeah, of course. But I don't get the argument that a goalkeeper should be written off because he's tall. He's a goalkeeper because he's tall. Like, you're right there. Yeah, mate. We should discredit Peter Crouch. He was tall.
I was got my nose.
The best players are the ones that are those medium height. Because
No.
the short people and the tall people have an
no.
advantage.
I'm just saying... it's like,
You're not saying anything. You're just
No,
chatting.
but
Absolute
if Peter Crouch
waffle, mate.
was the same height
By the way, Haaland in
as
behind here.
Timo Werner,
Yeah.
Crouch wouldn't have scored as many goals.
Oh, but he would have scored more. He'd have been a different profile of striker, though.
Nah.
He
They pulled it back because of a head injury.
But by the other thing, I don't think Timo would have scored more goals if he was 6'5".
I think you would have.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have fitted in the Just team any. I think they'd work less.
Sort that. I'm just saying, it's probably just comes to heard me talk. I'm just saying, I think if every player was the same height, it'd be a lot easier to compare them.
Oh my god! I just. Sure.
Well, Poland's coming up. I don't know.
Get a drink.
Poland's still
Yeah,
down,
City
right?
player down,
Which is
yeah.
right.
Erling Haaland receiving treatment. I think it was a knock to the head. 9% of wingers are shorter than 6 foot, I guess. I don't really get what Harry's point is, but we digress. 15 minutes left of this half. It's been a bit bland the last 5.
Nothing's happened.
No. Arteta, still, I mean, he's got the players round. He wants them to listen because he's got a lot to say.
Him and Pep so similar.
And now Pep's going to do this. Well,
hand
Pep,
movements
mate,
and
Pep's now going to do exactly what Miko was doing.
Haaland's still down with the way. I hope he's alright. It's quite a lengthy stoppage. I mean, the fact that every single player on both teams have been able to come back to the match and get team talk.
Nikola Dimkovic, welcome to the stream. Partizan just won the basketball die versus Red Star.
Basketball.
Well done, Partizan. And I'm buzzing. Anyways, Arsenal are winning this. I think that's a fair prediction, Nicola. I think Arsenal look very good. I think
Back to his feet.
my 3-1 City prediction seems a little bit
I didn't think robots
Wild.
could be based, so I'm sure he's alright.
rebooting.
Yes.
He needs an update.
Yes, why? They've realised he hasn't scored.
His system's crashed.
They're just restarting him, make sure he's alright.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob Holding. I think we've been proud of his performance so far.
I think Rob Holding might cut a few wires or something.
What?
On Haaland.
Oh, right. What the hell you are? I forgot you were still going on with this robot thing.
In all seriousness, he has defended very well against Haaland today. He's kept him quiet for the first half an hour. Full credit to Rob Holding.
Yeah. Fulham are not using their full talent, says Nicola. I mean, I think Fulham look really, really strong this season. But I definitely think there's potential for Fulham to be in Europe in the next few years. I think Marco Silva is a fantastic coach. Always has been. Just sort of had the wrong fit.
What, this year?
At clubs. Nah, they won't be Europe this year. Chelsea and Liverpool will rejuvenate, and I think they'll have big, stronger squads.
They can still get 7th.
If Mitra gets injured, Fulham don't score a goal.
What if Mitra doesn't get injured?
Fulham score goals.
Exactly.
To be fair, they beat Chelsea 2-1 without...
They've still got Decordova Reid.
And Carlos Vinicius Senior, as people have been calling, obviously Vinicius Junior, Vinicius Senior.
Ah, funny.
Yeah.
Saka.
Fulham are 6th right now. Yeah, they are doing really well. I think a lot will depend on how Chelsea and Liverpool bounce back. I think Chelsea have got to be strong, surely. Look at the players at their disposal now. And obviously, what's going on with Ivan Toney. So I think Brentford will eventually pass Fulham if Toney remains fit.
Not quite. Can he beat Rodri? Not quite.
And Brighton as well. I think Brighton will pass them eventually.
Yeah. Long throw from Tierney. Nketiah chases into the corner.
Could Aston Villa be the underdogs in the second part of the season?
Yes.
The problem with Villa now is I don't see where they go.
What do you mean?
From 11th. Because but it seems impossible that all of Brentford, Brighton, Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, Fulham play well. But if it does happen, then where's the ceiling? Because they're not going to pass anyone else. I think Villa are going to look strong. I think they're an exciting team. We've been saying that for a few years now, but they finally do look to have clicked under
Villa are better than Brentford. Trossard, ball in Nketiah!
It's not far away at all from Eddie Nketiah. It's a good effort. Arsenal still looking the better side, even after a 5-minute chat with the players from Pep Guardiola.
But even if they don't do anything this year, I think from minute 1 with Emery next year, because let's be honest, Steven Gerrard has given Villa a massive disadvantage in the race for this top half. If Emery's in from minute 1, I think it could be Europe.
It's surprising that if you throw loads of money at a club, it's not really going to work. But if you bring in a manager that is, you know, actually good at their job...
But they wasn't really throwing money anyway, just threw it randomly and so it landed.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Buendia 40 mil, Bailey 25, 30 mil.
Were they Gerrard?
Ings 30 mil, yeah.
That was Smith, Dean Smith.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. Smith, Gerrard, they're not good managers.
I like Dean Smith though.
I don't care. He might be a nice bloke, but he can't do. He can't. He's the only manager that can't do well with Norwich in the Championship.
I thought Zinchenko has run the line.
If he is.
Why was he so close to the opportunity? Because he ran with the defence as they went up.
I think it's too soon for him to go to Europe. Yeah, I'd agree, Nicola, but I really rate Marco Silva.
That would be my thing. I think for teams like Villa and Fulham, it is a year or two too early. Like Villa got into Europe this year, I think they'd struggle next year.
Yeah.
Because the squad depth isn't there. You can't be bringing on...
That's, speaking of Marco Silva's past,
Chambers.
What's going on at Everton? Well, they're crap.
I mean,
Palmer's
it looked like they were going to have Sean Dyche by the end of today.
Well, they have. They have. Sean Dyche is going to Everton. When that gets announced, have you had the Marcelo Bielsa Everton thing?
Why?
So they invited him to come to Merseyside. They wanted him to be their manager. He reportedly rocked up, you know, in tracksuit and all that. Classic Marcelo Bielsa. Got a 13-hour flight into Liverpool. Went into the meeting and said, "Yeah, so I'd love to be the under-21s manager until the end of the season and then become the first team manager." So he wanted 12 mil a year to be the under-21s manager. He doesn't like coming into clubs mid-season. He wants 3 weeks before he's always said this. He wants 3 weeks before, or you know, a good amount of time before he actually has to.
Why couldn't he say I can't end the year rather than become the under-21s manager?
I don't know. It's so Marcelo Bielsa though.
Yeah. I don't.
But
rate
also,
him at
Everton
home.
had I think he's brilliant.
I think he's good, but his teams can't defend.
No, the problem at Leeds was that he didn't get fullbacks. You can't have any of that fullbacks.
Luke Ayling is decent enough.
He's not.
It's been probably
not.
Jesse Marsh has done a brilliant job. Pascal Struijk at right back, left back. I think Bielsa.
But Bielsa didn't get Pascal Struijk
Well, he's a CDM. I think Bielsa could have dealt with
until he
Ayling
came in.
and Whoever's at left back.
Yeah, that's the thing with them. Why didn't they sack Lampard just before the World Cup and then give Bielsa the entire World Cup to work with that team? Bizarre. So he come forwards.
Sean Dyche.
De Bruyne goes down softly and then Saka gets fouled.
I would have gone Allardyce.
And did Gordon join Newcastle? Their deal has been agreed,
Yeah,
£45
he's
million,
gone.
gone to Newcastle. Find it a weird one. I don't know what.
I don't like the bloke.
I think it makes sense for. I mean, it's brilliant bit of business for Everton. 45 million for Gordon seems to steal,
Newcastle,
but
don't know I want him.
I think the reason Newcastle want him is they want an injection of pace
But he doesn't make
on the
them
counter.
better.
But also, I think St Maximan's going to leave. I think
And
St
they
Maximan's
need to
going
look
AC
at-
Milan
They
apparently.
need to look at Champions League quality players. Anthony Gordon's not that.
No, but he'll be a brilliant rotation option. He's only going to get better. He's already a good player.
But gone Isak, that's a brilliant deal.
for the
Champions League
future.
quality player. Botman, Champions League quality player. Kieran Trippier, Champions League quality player.
What other left winger that's Champions League qualities on the market
Leao.
right now? Not an even realistic possibility.
Why not?
Why would Leao join Newcastle right
Chelsea
now?
could have gone and got him.
Yes.
Milan.
Chelsea playing in the Champions League this season.
Chiesa.
Don't see it. Case has got
Well,
so many
you
clubs.
say it, you asked me what Champions League
No,
quality left
for
wingers on the
Newcastle
table.
right now, what
Okay,
Champions League?
realistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, Messi. Well, let's make that
It's on
happen.
the market. Oh, on the market. That's not an advert for them, right? There's lots of market companies. I don't know what they are. 8 minutes to go.
I don't think Newcastle would get much better than Anthony Gordon right now.
Got to be something better than Gordon.
Hmm.
Ziyech. I think Hakim Ziyech is better than Anthony Gordon.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Ziyech's a
This
28-year-old who hasn't got a right foot, and
No,
Anthony
don't,
Gordon's a
don't,
21-year-old.
Don't.
Who does?
Don't. Just don't go there.
What?
Hakim Ziyech is a much better player than Anthony Gordon.
Should we compare their stats from last season?
I don't want the best stats from last year.
Because it's embarrassing for Ziyech.
Ziyech only played. Holding. Tierney.
And he tries to get it forward. Xhaka loses possession.
Oh my
City
God,
could come
such a
forward.
salt bloke.
Haaland putting the
Oh,
pressure on
Haaland,
Gabriel
yeah.
Haaland. He aims it goalwards, but it's not in the back of the net.
Oh, nice. Boring.
Yeah, it's just not been
30 minutes
sensational,
of dull
is it?
football.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see a goal for the end of the half?
No.
Neither. Dull. Boring. There's a reason we're talking about Anthony Gordon and Hakim Ziyech.
I think Anthony costs so much because of the lack of right wingers available, similarly to Kepa signing. Yeah, I do think there just seems to be a lack of. I don't know. I think there's definitely players out there though, but
And no.
I think Anthony costs so much because everyone knows that Manchester United and more widely Premier League clubs will pay a premium because they're minted. I mean, look at how much United have paid for transfer over the year. There's a reason people charge so high.
Do you think Fatty would join Newcastle?
No. What are these mental claims?
Oh.
As in fact, he's not going to leave his childhood club, who are currently top of the Liga and playing in the Europa League, to join Newcastle. What? Why? What's the? Why
Trossard.
would he do that?
I would. I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Newcastle's a nice place.
I think Barcelona might be a little bit better.
I don't know where I'd rather live actually.
That is your chatting out.
As an English, as a Spanish person, yeah, probably Barcelona. But as an English person,
All right, chat.
I
New
don't
question:
know.
would you rather live in Barcelona or Newcastle upon Tyne?
From an English person, point
No,
of view.
from any perspective,
Okay.
any human on the planet.
De Bruyne cuts in, smash it, Rodri.
Unless you're from Newcastle,
Gundogan, De
nobody
Bruyne,
else.
Grealish delivers towards Haaland. It's
No,
over
you
Haaland.
can't read it.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
The only thing you have to think about is where in
Okay,
Spain you're going to build your
what-
mansion. You're not going to cut. Oh God, yeah,
What
I really
house
want to
am
live
I
in.
living in Newcastle?
I don't know, mate. I don't know what houses they've got available. But it's whatever you're going to have in Barcelona is going to be nicer. I don't think there's any...
I'll probably live in Barcelona.
Yeah, no, probably. I'm going to get a villa in Newcastle. Lovely
But
looking...
if you're telling me...
like, choppy
you know what?
ocean, like sea.
I think atmosphere...
Oh, the Med.
At St James's Park, I'd rather be part of that.
Then the new camp.
But I'd rather,
Shut
I'd
up.
rather go to the new camp.
Stop saying words.
I think the atmosphere from the Newcastle fans is better than the atmosphere. Yeah, not the new campus.
In my opinion, Anthony isn't very good, as X said.
Neither.
No, he lacks end product.
He's a fidget spinner.
He lacks end product. He's not very effective. I think once Jadon Sancho's back, Anthony will struggle for minutes. See, they're back on the ball now. That is Stones.
What do you think made Alexander Isak change Saucy there for Newcastle then?
Because Newcastle were willing to pay him double his wages. Newcastle in the Premier League.
But what if Newcastle could do that
have
for
a
Fati?
much better chance of Champions League football and European football as a whole. But Fatty doesn't play for Real Sociedad.
Who does then?
Mikel Oyarzabal, who they were chasing, to be fair.
Exactly, and that's a yellow for Rob Holding because he has assaulted Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's I'm walking over to him. His collar's also up. We need to put that down, and that's going to annoy me.
I think he should put his entire collar up.
Oh, I'm a vicar boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just assaulted the bloke.
Yeah, he really didn't want Grealish playing that ball through, did he?
Yellow for Rob.
Pace what he lacks most, what makes him too easy to defend against. I agree with you there, Nick Nack. I think the problem is, if you're a winger now who doesn't, possess pace, you can be as technically gifted as, humanly possible, but you're going to struggle. Because even Messi, his pace has started to lack in recent years, and they've adapted him to attack midfielder.
I did love those rooms, which is bringing us back to Newcastle.
Oh, right, because you've just gone from the conversation everyone else is having to having a conversation
when
with yourself. Go on.
When the takeover first happened, and Newcastle fans thought they could get Messi and Ronaldo and Mbappe.
No, it's good. It's good times.
But yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Right. But yeah, no, I think if you look at Ziyech, his biggest downfall is he's too easy to play against.
Against some teams.
What do you mean?
Well, look how he's against Palace. If you give him time and space, which some teams do.
But that's what I'm saying. In a league like the Serie A, where everyone has time and space.
He would genuinely.
Exactly. Look at how good Di Maria is out there. I don't know. I haven't looked at Di Maria this season, but I presume he's doing all right.
Stick him in a Roma side. Stick him in a.
That's what I'm saying, though. He would be a perfect.
Fabio Vieira. That's
perfect replacement for Zaniolo. Should he join either Bournemouth or AC Milan?
I'll be honest.
Fabio Vieira, brilliant there, but just works out of play.
Yeah.
Disappointing, but yeah. Sit on the ball.
If you're Zaniolo, you're picking.
I'll take it. No.
You've told me you're not going to Barcelona, not Newcastle.
I'm joking.
You're going to tell me you're not going to Bournemouth, then Milan.
Well, no, but I think the Premier League is the holy grail for everyone.
It's Bournemouth.
And?
You'll be in the Premier League for the best part of 10 minutes.
And then you'll join Arsenal at the end of the season for 20 mil.
Why?
Well, because he's not going to go to the Championship, is he? And Bournemouth want to get that wage off their bill.
But I think also European football with Roma.
But it is insane that Bournemouth can probably
what
offer...
a ball that is.
Bournemouth can probably offer a better contract to Zaniolo than Roma can.
Man.
And Milan.
Yeah, Bournemouth are pretty good,
Every Premier Club, they're all minted. They're all ridiculously rich.
Stadio Olimpico to Cherry Lane.
No, that's Vicarage Road. Vitality Stadium, sorry. United picked Anthony over Gakpo. Gakpo wasn't on the market at the time. He was someone to PSV wanted to keep him until they were out of the UCL. Leeds tried to get him. Lots of people tried to sign him. Yeah, Gakpo was available, but I don't think PSV would have sold him
That's another interesting one for me.
Anywhere near the price they just did.
Talking about Anthony, Gakpo. What do you think of him?
Well, Eredivisie is clearly too big a step. How many times does it need to be proven?
Do you think he will become good?
I can't think of one player who's gone straight from the Eredivisie to the Premier League.
Do you think Gakpo will eventually find form and start firing, or do you think he'll struggle and then get?
Don't know how it will take. I mean, you imagine eventually he'll find his form, but it'll take time.
Or will he end up at Bayern Munich in 2 years?
But look at Ziyech. I don't know why I don't have a Bayern, but sure. Look at Ziyech. And now obviously Gakpo, same for Anthony. It's just the Eredivisie is brilliant for holding talent, but then you have to be making a move to the Bundesliga, or you have to be making a move to the Serie A or the La Liga, because there's just such a big gulf between the quality of the Eredivisie and the quality of the Premier League. And actually, too many times we're seeing players in the Eredivisie come into the Premier League and really struggle to adapt.
Who was like trying to think? You know, who came to the Eredivisie?
Who came from the Eredivisie?
Yeah.
I think the last 5 years have struggled, but if you think back to the 2010s, you probably have
Huntelaar.
Ericsson.
Didn't Huntelaar come to the Eredivisie?
When did Huntelaar play in the Prem?
When he United.
Not that I remember, I might be wrong. I don't remember Klaas-Jan Huntelaar in the Prem.
I might.
He went to Real Madrid for a bit and played for Schalke for ages. I don't remember Huntelaar in the Prem.
I might be stupid. If my bum getting me, I'm embarrassed myself.
Should we check?
Have some brilliant ball knowledge. By the way, John Stone's still down here. Diaz warming up.
Well, in the meantime,
Huntelaar.
The paramedics have gone over.
That is always worrying.
Hopefully he's alright. Oh, he's sat up. He's fine. Why's Beanie bloke gone over there then?
Oh yeah, no stint in the Premier League. But he did go from Ajax to Real Madrid for a year, and then was sold to AC Milan. In fact, he joined them in 2009. Was sold again in 2009. So didn't have much of a time at Real Madrid.
What did he do? He just
Gets
Which
caught
one is it?
by
It's the right
Trossard.
one. It's the right one, I think.
Oh yeah, no, just sort of.
It's his right ankle. He's walking off.
Time will tell whether Gakpo can create success in the Premier League. Jury's still out, I think.
But how long did you give him? How long did you give him? 5 games, 10 games.
What are you on?
End of the season.
What's your metric here? Well, if he hasn't scored 100 goals in the next 5 games,
but how long do you give him to start firing before you...
End of the season, obviously.
Okay. And then you start judging how well his season was.
Oh no, you can start judging him right now.
I was saying, when do you start saying, right, he's not cutting it?
Well, you don't.
Well,
I don't really get your question.
Like people done with Nunes. When does that start coming in?
Immediately. People are already writing off Gakpo. But it just depends on how reactionary you are as an individual. It doesn't matter about the player.
Okay. So what do you think of him so far?
He has struggled to make an impact. He's rushing his shots. He doesn't look as composed as he has whenever I've watched him in the Eredivisie or when he was at the World Cup. I think he should be doing better because he's been picking up some decent chances. I look at the Chelsea game, and there's 2 where I think if he'd been more composed, he could have placed his shot a lot nicer and potentially scored or at least troubled Kepa. So I think as much as... Yeah, I don't think he's a massive flop yet because he's getting in good positions, but he's not getting goals. Similar to Nunes, really. Not finishing chances, lacks composure. Though Nunes' biggest problem is that he drags the ball too wide and then has to try and pull off these ridiculous shots that never work. Stones is off and Laporte comes in his place.
I do...
Interesting, Laporte's not many minutes this year.
One just on the Gakpo thing is really interesting. What World Cup stars have actually gone back to club football and started performing?
None. And that's the thing. Buying players because of a good World Cup performance is the worst thing you can do. Because
obviously Marseille have done it with Unahi.
Yeah, but I think he did well before then
Yeah.
for Angers in the league, and they've got a representative sample because it's the same league, so there's not really much risk there. But look at like James Rodriguez, that was like a sort of like, you know, when a celebrity is nothing and then becomes something overnight.
Like that's on Love Island.
Yeah, exactly. That's what sort of happened with James Rodriguez seemingly, because he was like a player that just sort of played for Monaco, no one really knew who he was. Instantly, he was a world superstar in a matter of months, and that seems to have got to his edge because he, you know, I don't know, just never really performed for Real Madrid, and since then he's gone to Everton, played a couple good games, and then just stopped turning up.
Then Ancelotti left,
then he went to Qatar to follow the money. So it's been a weird career for James. He struggled with injuries as well.
Is he still in Qatar now? That's half time of the way.
So.
0-0. Not a good first half.
these days. I don't remember him leaving Qatar. Obviously, Colombia weren't at the World Cup.
No, he's at Olympiacos in Greece currently. So yeah, he's been about. He's done a lot for one career, but yeah. What's this? Being able to shoot across with either foot is a huge asset. Saka. What do you mean Arsenal didn't buy him because he came through the academy? But he's been good since the World Cup. Oh no, I think the thing was sort of who's looked good, who's played well at a World Cup and then bought. You know, no one knew before the World Cup. Had a brilliant tournament. Gets a transfer. Because it happened, time and time again now we've seen, and just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You could tell when Rodriguez at Everton he could play. Yeah, I think Rodriguez is a magnificent player, but he's never had the work ethic really. He's never had to have the work ethic because he sort of just got Real Madrid handed to him on a silver platter, and since then he's minted. So
I guess you could also probably argue Wout Weghorst probably signed off a decent World Cup by United, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think that's a relatively low risk. It's a loan deal. He fits the profile striker that Ten Hag likes. He did very poorly in the Premier League when he was here.
Yeah,
well, not very poorly.
Come on, I was going to say, I could love it.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Luke Hollingworth. Welcome, mate. It happens every World Cup. Yeah, you see these players have these insane tournaments and then they get sold for loads of money. I thought it would happen with Moise Caicedo. I thought Ecuador might get out the groups and then he just gets, he's the player that's sort of leading that charge and he gets a big move. But
obviously, most of it, probably Morocco, really, were probably the ones you'd expect, and United were the first to go.
Exactly.
On.
I'm surprised Sofiane Amrabat hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised because I thought he'd be a perfect fit for Arsenal, for Liverpool. Sorry, I think he's the profile of midfield they could do with
for a bit, weren't he?
Yeah.
After the World Cup, I guess Ziyech. I think it's a bit late to be saying that people are making a move for him after the World Cup.
Yeah, he's already had his big move.
Yeah.
And that came after that was a reaction from Chelsea. That was he played well against them in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then they responded by going, you know what, he's actually all right. Watched a few more of his games, brought him in. I don't know whether the due diligence was done on that transfer, but it didn't seem to be really because the problem for Chelsea is as much as the due diligence might have been done. It doesn't really matter because we don't have a squad. It's just a load of players.
Yeah.
Which sort of comes with the nature of constantly changing managers. It is just a squad that doesn't suit anyone.
And I think that's one of the big things as Arsenal team. Just to bring us back around to actually today's game.
Yeah, nice.
They are just a squad.
Yeah, it's they've not signed any superstars. They've not got any superstars, I don't think. They're all
there's no big egos.
Well-rounded players who will put a shift in. I think they've done well by maintaining that ethos throughout this transfer window. They could have easily gone and splashed 100 on Madrid, but I think Trossard fits their team a lot better.
I think they are just no.
And Madrid doesn't seem to be egotistical from what I've seen.
But no one in that Arsenal team thinks they're better than anyone else. Thinks they're better than the manager. It's a really well put together squad.
They're performing as a unit.
And I think today,
when you've got players like Xhaka in there, he's never been technically brilliant, but he puts a shift in. I'd rather have 11 players that put a shift in than 11 players who can perform a roulette turn. Roulette spin, sorry.
Thoughts on the first half then?
It's bland as
I'll be honest.
Title clashes, guys. It's not. It's in the FA Cup.
But Arsenal got a few good opportunities. Died down for the last 10-15 minutes of the first half. Hopefully we see it come back again as we go, as we enter the second half. But pretty poor from both sides. I think Arsenal saying that they've got probably the weaker lineup on paper, have probably got the better side. I think City will be disappointed. Stones coming off injured is never a good thing. Laporte back from injury though is a good thing. Yeah,
well, Laporte's not. He was injured at the start of this season, but he's been. Other than that, he's just not got many minutes when he has been fit. Interesting situation. But, I mean, the Man City in general has been an interesting situation this season. I just don't really know what's going on at the club. But they've seemed, obviously, I think they're playing worse this season than they did last season. I don't really know why, because I think they've looked. Haaland's obviously not the problem. Anyone that goes, Haaland's the issue, sell him, he's too. He doesn't fit the system or whatever the argument is.
But obviously that's not
why
they've got
it's certainly not.
But take these goals away and they're in banging trouble.
You see it so often. The team that's at the top for too long, they grow complacent, and when they've not had a challenge for the last season at all. This season, I don't think they were expecting a challenge. I think Man City would have looked at the league and gone, Chelsea in transition and a mess.
Liverpool.
Bowley's buying everyone. Liverpool haven't done anything in the market, and they've lost Sadio Mane and replaced him with a forward from Benfica, which is a massive unknown.
Arsenal signed
United
their
are
B-
going to take time to adapt.
Arsenal
under the
signed their
manager.
B team players.
Yeah, Arsenal, they thought, well, at least with Arsenal, we know them. We should, Pep should be able to outmaster Mikel Arteta, considering Mikel Arteta learned everything he knows from Pep Guardiola. So I think they would have surveyed the competition. I've not even mentioned Tottenham there. I don't think City would have even considered Tottenham
I don't
as a
think
real
considered
threat
Tottenham.
this season.
They certainly would have thought at Newcastle.
Oh, yeah. But I think there would have been an air of complacency, and I think that's showing today. They don't look like... I don't know. They don't look like the same team, do they? They don't look impenetrable.
Yeah.
I mean, there we see a big save from Stefan Ortega.
I think that is one man
Necessary
we
to
probably
deny
should talk
Arsenal.
about. Leandro Trossard, really good first half.
He's looked electric, hasn't he? And I feel that with a few... he's been getting some good areas with a bit better luck or
He's
an
playing
easier
well.
chance to finish, then he'd be scoring, but...
Yeah, and I think Arsenal as a whole look decent. City, they haven't looked. I think they haven't looked bad. They just lacked a lot
Yeah.
in just in all areas of the pitch. They've kind of shown
Chance creation is something that Manchester City have never struggled with, but today they can't resist the press. I mean, they can't get the ball into players like De Bruyne, like Mahrez, that can make something happen, and therefore they don't create anything. And so far, it's been City picking up the ball in the defence, them not being able to push past that first Arsenal line of pressure, them losing possession, or they pump the ball forward because they're struggling to break down Arsenal. Haaland doesn't win it against Holding, and then, I mean, we see it here, time and time again, Holding's just been able to hold off Erling Haaland, though Haaland did win 5 of the 7 duels in the first half, but it hasn't amassed to anything. Like here, I'd be expecting Haaland to score here, but Matt Turner came flying out.
Really good.
And then over a kick, didn't really lacked the power to really challenge. Cause danger for Arsenal. But yeah, it's just it's an interesting. I think Haaland's struggled to have an impact on this game, but it makes sense. Haaland, he's playing against stronger centre halves. They're gonna be able to mark him more effectively. So I'm not massively surprised that they struggled in this game. And I don't know where City go from here. Do they revert to a formation that actually gives them a bit of width more defensively, or do they still what they've got and see what happens?
I don't know what to expect from the second half because the first half showed not much potential.
This has 1-0 City from a penalty written all over it. They
Or
just get
Mahrez
a chance.
free kick.
Or Mahrez drives inside,
Bit
Holding
like-
makes the error, Penn, Haaland
Bit
finishes easy.
like, I mean, they're round 3 against Chelsea. Chelsea were the better side first half, but didn't really take their chances. City came back into the second half. Mahrez picked the ball up from a free kick and slapped the top corner. And then when it got second. But I mean, yeah, it's City need to improve. Arsenal, I think, if the second half is like the second, if the second half is like the first, I think Arsenal might get a goal. But to be honest, all I see at the moment is going to replay.
Yeah, City needs to win tonight to qualify. Neither team want to replay. Exactly. I think the longer we go in this game, the more teams will push for it. Because the amount of games these teams have got to play, FA Cup's replay against the strongest opposition around right now domestically. I don't think that's something either side will be looking forward to. So yeah. I think they'll be keen to get it done tonight, but obviously they both want to progress in this tournament. I think Arsenal should be this happy aside from that first half. They're playing a weakened squad and they've kept City quiet.
Yeah. I think.
But that's the thing, we're looking at this as, little old Arsenal, they managed to keep City quiet. Should we not be looking at it the other way around?
I think just
City have kept Arsenal quiet so
Yeah,
far, and Arsenal have been tearing teams apart.
Because of the teams that they put out, I thought City should be winning.
Watch the stream, Will, with the Upper TFC. Things we love to see.
I just think, I don't know. I thought I looked at this Arsenal team on paper. I looked at the City team and I thought City are going to blow them out the water tonight, and they haven't. And it's really
I went
strange
3-1 my
because
prediction, which
what
looks
is going to happen
mental
later in
now.
the season when Arsenal's full strength side rocks up against this City side?
But I still think, I've been saying it for weeks now, it's not materialising, which is a shame, but I still think this City team's going to click at some point in this season. And Arsenal have to keep this performance level up so that they're in a position where they can still, they've got enough. They're enough points ahead of City that doesn't matter. But I think this City team is going to click eventually.
I think this is Arsenal's year.
All right. I think Arsenal are going to win the league this year, but what I'm saying is, if Arsenal are going to win the league, they've got to keep it. They've got to keep pushing. They've got to keep racking up those points because City are going to come strong eventually.
The only stumbling block I can see for Arsenal is the fact that they're still in the FA Cup, still in the Europa League, still in the Premier League. But obviously, again, I don't think it'll be a problem because I think if they have a choice, they're going to take the Premier League. They'll sacrifice Europa League and FA Cup to prioritise winning the Prem.
Yeah, in terms of chat, XN mentions the deal for Malo Gusto. Do you think that's a good move for Chelsea?
Yeah, backup right back needed for ages, but to be honest, bringing him at the end of the year is not what we need. We need him now.
Yeah, but I guess the thought process is Reece James, he's already had 2 injuries now. He should see out the year without another one.
Should he?
And if he doesn't, then, we have got Chalabar to play there.
Or Azpilicueta.
Or Azpilicueta, yeah. I guess that's always an option. For City to win the league, then you take 4 points minimum of the 2 Arsenal fixtures. Yeah, I agree with you then. Their nickname, I think it has to be 6, in all honesty. What's the Premier League table looking like now? City are currently 5 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal with a game in hand. So that is 8 points. Even if City were to claim both wins, they'd be 2 points behind. So I think they've got, they have to be Arsenal in both games, really. Because Arsenal, I think City are still going to drop points in this season. I look at Arsenal's games and I go, well, they've played United twice now. What other team are they going to lose to?
Yeah, true.
Unless Chelsea look ridiculous the second half of the season and they get a result there, maybe Newcastle. I think Arsenal play Newcastle in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe someone like that, but they've played both their derbies against Tottenham, right? Yeah, they have.
Yes.
Now, so they've ticked off the tough fixtures. All they've got left is a game against Chelsea, a game against City, and a game against Liverpool.
I think City will be close.
All right now. I think they're into the final stretch, Arsenal, and they're looking stronger as the weeks go on. Do City need to do anything in January? Can they do anything in January that actually benefits them massively?
The squad is good enough. I just don't know what it just isn't clicking this year. And it's really strange.
But Joshua Kimmich would be useful, wouldn't he?
I just don't want to see.
Yeah, I don't see Kimmich joining either, but there's definitely a chance they can make them.
But there is just
better, but they don't need them, do they?
One point I'd like about the FA Cup is I do think this is a year we can see a shock winner.
Yeah.
I think like a Brighton or a West Ham.
Oh, it's just FA Cup, sorry.
Yeah. Like a Brighton or a West Ham.
Yeah, I've been saying I hope to see a shock winner in the Cups. It's probably going to be Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup, which...
Yeah. Isn't it a shock?
It is what
I guess it's different.
It is someone new. If Newcastle win, that's the first trophy for like 20 years.
That's right. I hope Newcastle win something this year.
When was the last time Newcastle won a trophy? I mean, if United won it, they've not won anything for 5 and almost 6 years.
I don't mind seeing Newcastle fans happy.
Yeah, I don't think United fans are going to be jumping for driving them in the Carabao Cup. But...
Well, they might be. That's just saying was the Europa League under Jose.
Yeah, that was their last trophy.
What a magic, though. It was his birthday a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
Who, Jose Mourinho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw like people saying it was like best.
There's loads of quotes and stuff. Yeah, it's brilliant.
One of the best managers ever.
Yeah, probably my favourite, but obviously there is a bias in there because he used to play for Chelsea. But yeah, I think 2 changes for Arsenal at the break. That's Sambi Lokonga and William Saliba coming out for the second half. So 2 changes for Arsenal. Do you think they're necessary changes?
I guess they want the win.
Is Sambi Lokonga on for Partey, then wanting the win, do you think? I would argue that would imply that Partey is...
Or unless it's Saliba on for if it's Saliba on for Gabriel, I guess they're just...
No, Holding's literally there in a... Did you not just see him? He's wearing his coat.
I didn't see him.
And there's Gabriel now. Yeah. But, so Partey and Holding off. I'd imagine that... Saliba. So Holding is they want to win the game.
Yeah.
Partey, I would imagine an injury.
Or just rotating. Give Sambi Lokonga.
But then you don't bring on Sambi Lokonga for half time. If you're just rotating, you won't.
No, but they'd probably put Partey on there, keep it 0-0, or get 1 up, and then bring on Lokonga. Because they won't give Lokonga.
No, Lokonga's coming on now. What are you on about?
And I was like, no.
I'm so confused.
Start Partey.
Oh, right.
Keep it at 0-0, or go 1 up, and then we'll bring on Lokonga. Lokonga deserves minutes. He's a good footballer.
He does, but
Changes for City will interest me. I don't see any.
I think if you're making a half-time sub when the player's not played badly, that implies that there's an injury.
Yeah, I suppose it could be an injury. I guess we'll find out. In due course.
Will says Ipswich are boshing Burnley tomorrow than winning the FA Cup.
No. I think, but do you know what? Burnley for the FA Cup.
I don't think it's entirely impossible. I mean, that'll be the only way we stream Ipswich this season if they do get to the FA Cup final.
I still refuse.
Or if they get if they get to the next round of the FA Cup and they've got like the winner of this.
Yeah.
Then
There'll be
maybe.
some good ties, won't there? In the next round.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Reading win tomorrow against United.
Yeah. But Ipswich going on a cup run would do them a world of good. Bit of money before they potentially get promoted to the Championship next season.
Potentially. Pretty player story.
And obviously you do need a lot of money to compete in the Championship. We are now underway for the second half. City get us started. And it does look... Is it a potential change? No, it's not a change of system. Completely the same still for Manchester City.
It's really strange from Pep.
No
It's really
change.
strange.
We'll take a plays it forward. Haaland brings it under his control, gives it to De Bruyne. City can come forward, and he releases Grealish on this left-hand side. City.
Get there, is he?
Oh, why quickly? No, I think Tomiyasu's
Tomiyasu.
beaten him to it, and he has. But has he kicked it off?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't think anyone. I thought he had. I thought the ball
Might have
was.
gone.
I thought the ball was still on the pitch when he kicked it, but might be mistaken. Couldn't really see. Might have been Jack Grealish punting off.
What's he done? He's just thrown it. You
No, it's offside.
Oh. I think I'm saying like to Matt Turner, you can't just throw the ball from a goal kick.
Actually, didn't know that.
Saliba's going to... No, Saliba's not going to take it. Matt Turner's pushed him on.
Playing Austin United in the Carabao Cup, though. Oh, yeah, that means they're going to lose tomorrow then to Ipswich. No, I still Burnley look a really good side, but the Cups aren't their focus, are they?
No, and it's tight for game for Ipswich to win.
They need to just get through this Championship season and then look to build for next year. Because they're up now, really. I saw something the other day that's like, there is an 8% chance that Burnley don't get promoted. Which is, frankly, ridiculous at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
And that was a few weeks ago now as well, so it's probably higher.
That is a
I
corner.
think that's a corner.
Oh,
Apparently not, and Grealish is not happy.
I think Ref's got that one wrong, you know.
Apparently Bayern and Man United have no chance to sign Harry Kane to extend his contract.
No.
Least ambitious footballer ever. Like, I get you love your club, but like...
You love your club to a certain point.
Yeah. Because the only reason he should stay at Tottenham right now is to win the to win the all-time record Premier League goal scorer.
I think that's what.
And he can do that if he stays at United, if he goes to United, so and actually have a chance of winning trophies.
I
It's just
really
pretty
don't
ambitious.
understand.
But then
why
equally,
it's
you know, Matt Letizia is a Southampton legend because he never joined Manchester United.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to go down
I don't know.
in Tottenham history.
I think his dream was
only
obviously
thing in
to
their
still
history.
win. I think his dream is to still win something with Tottenham.
Yeah,
I think he'll view that as possible.
I guess he'll keep starting for England.
Because who's saying if they don't bring, if they were to bring in a manager at the end of this year that managed to make it work, who's saying they can't win something in the next 3 years with Kane still there?
I think after Poch, once Poch had gone, the Ryan Mason appointment,
That's the thing. Well, Ryan was a
embarrassing.
caretaker, so what are you on about?
Yeah, no, but he didn't just do one game, though, did he?
He went to the end of the season because...
Exactly, that's embarrassing.
What's
That's
the point? They were already out of
That's enough.
everything.
It's Ryan Mason, that's enough. And then what, Nuno? Nuno should have now left Wolves.
No, but I don't really know what went wrong for Nuno at Tottenham. Whether he just wasn't able to manage the sort of players that were at
Yeah.
Tottenham. Whereas obviously
He
been able
went
to.
Portuguese.
I don't think he was given enough time. Look at how long it
suppose,
took for
yeah.
him at Wolves for
And
5
Conte,
years to build up that
How
system.
long do they give Conte?
I don't know. I think Conte's got a foot out the
Yeah,
door already.
I say, or will Conte jump ship?
I don't think it's a case of Tottenham.
I'm kind of annoyed.
But the
as a
problem
Chelsea
for Antonio
fan,
Conte is, as much as he wants to be regarded as one of the best managers in the world, what job is there that's better than Tottenham right now for him?
Yeah,
There isn't one.
I'm a bit annoyed that he tarnished his kind of Chelsea legacy by going to Tottenham.
Yeah, there just isn't a single job that is better than Tottenham right now for Conte. I think that's why he took it. He's not going to get the Chelsea job again. We know that much. So, what other Premier League club is going to bring him in? None of them. So where does that leave him?
Yeah,
There is no options for him. So he's kind of stuck at Tottenham,
nothing in Europe.
trying to make something work. Oh yeah, because like Juve would take him back. Well, nobody wants to go to Juve right now. They're a club with nothing left.
Quite literally,
I like
there is no one there.
The board's walked out. Allegri is just holding that team together.
They have 18 players and a manager.
Yeah. And the players want to leave because they're not going to be in Europe
no
next
money,
year.
no points because they got deducted of them.
Well, they got money. They just got it dodgily. That's what in the
And that's
in the dodgy
that's
manner.
what's then got them done.
They're probably gonna get fined and lose all the money. Vieira, Gabriel. So I don't know what's going to happen. And the Italian league in general is struggling a lot. And you look Real and Barca, they're not changing managers. For
That's
a
the
while, at
Italian
least.
league
The
struggling. You
only
lose all your big
job
giants.
I can see for Conte is Atletico Madrid. But is that step up from Tottenham? I don't know.
I'd rather manage Atletico Madrid than Tottenham.
Would you?
Yes.
At least at Tottenham, you've got
I
if you
think-
can get Kane, Son, Kulusevski firing, you've got a bit of backing from the board. What have you got at Atleti? They're selling their best prospects. They're Barcelona's bitch in
I
terms
mean, this
of Barcelona take their best talents and then sell them back when they flop. For,
This is a weird
fat
shout.
fiver.
And this is probably a strange statement. I think there's a better chance of challenging for the title at Atletico Madrid than Tottenham.
of course, but that takes both Barca and Real falling apart. And if you're going to win the Premier League, you need all five.
Or just one good season. I think I went one good
And
season.
even when all five big clubs flop, Tottenham still can't win the league.
Sent Tomiyasu flying.
So they let Leicester do it. I feel like Kane's given enough to Tottenham. I feel like he needs to move on. He needs to win nothing there. Yeah, I don't know why he stays. I think he'd be a perfect fit at United. But I've had someone said to me, I can't remember who it was. I was talking about Kane and Tottenham. So someone said to me today, I think that if Rashford and Kane in the same system, it wouldn't work. Which I think is an interesting
Good point.
thought.
Gundogan off the middle, place to Haaland. By the way, as you can tell from what we're talking about,
Yeah, no.
nothing has happened in the
Grealish.
first 5. It's only been 5 minutes.
Okay.
How's it only been 5 minutes?
Grealish.
But nothing has happened so far.
Jack seems to be enjoying it. They've been
so.
getting involved in the conversation. They've not all left yet. So.
So,
Oh, yeah. Guess what? A player has failed their medical. Who is it and where are they going? If I swear to God, if it's Anthony Gordon, he said, I'm not coming back to Everton. He
jeez.
fails a medical.
I guess they're
Lewis.
still injured, aren't they? Or something's pretty come back from
Or
injury.
they've just discovered like a pre-existing health condition or something like that.
Or they're knackered.
What?
They're just tired on the day.
They keep yawning. That's a failure.
Yeah. They
You
can't
can't even
go
sleep on
scratch
time.
because they didn't have enough sleep and just running on caffeine.
Or they've done like a lot of
I'm
drugs.
saying this. Or
Lewis, in behind. Can he get it across as a
poor.
poor ball? Nico
That's
Jackson
poor.
to Bournemouth. He's found a medical.
Who? Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Villarreal youngster, yeah. That is interesting.
That is strange.
You don't expect it with young players. You get it. Like I remember Nabil Fekir failed a medical to join Liverpool, and that was unheard of. Failing, the only players that fail medicals are like 50.
Can you still join?
I mean, the club could still sign you, but if you failed a medical,
Could you still? No one's. But could you redo the medical?
like, yeah, well, I don't know what you're going to find out. What's going to change? Oh, suddenly you're better.
In 2 months, you're still
Yeah.
fat, mate. Come on, get me. Man.
Unless the only way you fail a medical is if there's some sort of pre-existing condition, right? Or if you're just not fit enough, I guess. But
Don't think Nicholas Jackson is. Oh, he's a fit. He's a fit bloke.
calm down.
No. In terms of physically fit, he's. What's happened here? Let's notice something.
Some sort of disruption.
No injury. No.
No, it's Matt
Matt
Turner's
Turner's
hurt his
down.
arm. All right.
Probably when he came to punch the ball.
Big sign for Bournemouth for the game. Expected to come back on February the 10th, but Bournemouth won't think March the 10th. Oh, he's injured. Oh, that's not...
Well, no wonder he failed the medical. He hasn't got any legs.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that's failing a medical though, but
Yeah.
failing a medical is
He's
like,
injured.
he's done a lot of alcohol. I can't even
that?
run on a treadmill.
Matt Turner injured his arm
He's
there.
punched his arm. He's punched the ball,
Punched his arm.
and it's like his shoulder hurts now.
He's outstretched his left arm to punch the ball.
So we want Brian Hill. Why?
So Ramsdale's warming up.
They've got enough problems, Seville. They don't need another one.
Some bang average Spanish left winger.
Nabil Fekir says his move to Liverpool did not fail because of his medical. Yeah, but he's going to say that, isn't he? You're not going to go, oh yeah, I failed because I ate way too many French... I had so many croissants. They were lovely. He's going to go,
I drank too much wine.
Liverpool being mental, but because of his agent blocking the move. Why would his agent block the move though? That doesn't make any sense because surely he would have got a massive agent's fee from
Why is now
Liverpool.
on his heart? Matt Turner.
Walker's coming on. I don't know if he's going to go and goal for Arsenal, but that would be exciting.
I mean, we know he's brilliant in goal, Kyle Walker. So if Jordan Pickford ever gets injured,
Yeah.
rather than bring on Nick Pope to push it on the bench, we'll stick Kyle Walker between sticks.
Yeah.
Ortega goes long, trying to find Haaland. He does find Haaland, but Lokonga wins it back, but Grealish has got it. Knocks it out wide to Mahrez.
Releases Mahrez. Mahrez options in the centre for Riyad
Cuts,
Mahrez.
plays
Goes
De
it to De
Bruyne
Bruyne into the
across.
box. It's a big right-handed save from Turner.
Okay.
Good job it wasn't his left-handed. I've fallen off again.
Falls off, I keep putting it back on. Lewis.
They have to like screw his arm in like a screw lefty loosey right
De
side.
Bruyne. Mahrez. Knocks it back to
Really
Laporte.
easy. Never mind, though, Ramsdale seems weird playing a sub goalie in this type of game anyway. Both teams are doing it though, so shows the faith in the goalkeepers. I guess they sign backup goalkeepers to say you're going to play cup games.
Yeah.
Then they get the
I
cup
thought
games.
Magic, you get first choice goalkeeper, then cup goalkeeper, and then backup.
Yeah, I always assign every goalkeeper backup, and then they
Yeah.
can't complain if I suddenly decide to play some 18-year-old.
Mahrez puts the ball in, it's way too much on it. No, poor ball.
Oh,
in,
and Haaland has.
Oh god, not his arm again.
Yeah,
Why are you holding him now? Oh, they're fighting. No,
I know they're hugging.
Why did he
That was-
grab his
That
leg?
was like a rom-com in 10 seconds.
Hey.
It started with tragedy at the start.
But they hated each other,
Yeah.
and then they fell in love.
So
I
here
don't understand.
they met,
Oh,
and
no,
then
that's not it. No, that's not it.
that's
That's a big
gutted.
hand from Matt Turner. Why did Matt Turner just grab his legs really angry and then just pick himself
That was the
right out?
disagreement, and then that was like the
It made up and they
tussle.
fell in love.
Really was a beautiful scene.
Matt Turner and Haaland love story. Changes for City? Not yet.
No,
Yes.
I think it might be
No.
now yet.
It's Alvarez and Alvarez and Walker.
So they are going to have to wait a minute. Mahrez.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about the wrong goal.
Right, yeah.
Gabriel launches it. Trossard.
Arsenal
can't-
getting dominated a bit right now. Yeah,
Arsenal
City have started to,
Arsenal haven't touched the
a bit
ball.
yeah, City starting to break through that Arsenal press, starting to actually put a bit of pressure on the Arsenal goalkeepers in Matt
Laporte's
Turner.
a heavy touch.
Have to make some big saves with
putting
both his
them under
left
pressure,
hand and his right hand. He's had to reattach his arm, and a lot's happened for Arsenal's goalkeeper.
He's fell in love with
Yeah, there's a
Haaland.
lot has happened for Matt Turner.
Trossard's want to throw, but rescued with a foul, and Trossard can't believe
Arsenal
it.
getting a bit dominated right now. Fabrizio Romano will do a live stream at deadline day. Well, we would have if
Yeah,
it
we
didn't.
will.
To be fair, if there wasn't a game that night, probably would have.
What game is it?
Carabao Cup. It's Southampton Newcastle second leg.
Oh, we'll do that instead then.
Yeah, that would pretty much will be a deadline day stream.
I won't be here. What am I about?
No, you won't.
Why am I bothered? Riyad Mahrez and Rico Lewis are coming off for Julian Alvarez
If there wasn't
and Carl.
if we weren't
James
streaming
System then.
Wednesday as well, then we could have. Who's come off?
Lewis and Mahrez.
Not necessarily then.
Walker in middle of the field.
No, we're the right back that inverts. He can do that.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Maybe a change of system.
Unless he's going into the back three. No?
Or he's going as a right wing back.
No.
Where Mahrez was, and Alvarez going up from
There you go.
Haaland.
Now, oh, yeah.
3-5-2.
Yeah. Strange.
Not really. So Grealish is now a left wing back.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Walker's a right wing back, and there's a two up front.
Lokonga.
Well, no, but look, it'll become a 4 in defence,
What's he done?
as it has been. 4 in defence. Ake left back, Walker right back.
Yes.
Midfield 3, and then and then what? Oh no, 4-4-2 in defence. 3-5-2 in attack.
4-2-4.
Well, great. Yeah, De Bruyne is out on the right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I thought that was going to be that sort of like career-making moment.
Just snatched that little bit there, the youngster. He had time to bring it down and have a better effort than that.
I do want to do a deadline day stream, but like,
We'll do it next year.
go to midnight. We say that every year. But if there wasn't a stream on the Wednesday, it would actually be a perfect chance this year because we've not actually got anything on the
We'll
Wednesday.
do it
have
for the August one.
we? Will we?
That's easier, isn't it?
When is August the 31st?
I don't know.
Get a calendar up.
Actually, no, we won't do it. We won't do August the 31st.
No?
No.
Why not? You busy that day?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Or this year, anyway. But we'll do it next year in January.
What's on August the 31st?
Tomiyasu.
That's a Thursday.
God, love a Thursday. Yeah. Would have been perfect this year if we weren't streaming on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
Saliba, Gabriel.
That's right, I'm sure you'd much rather us watch the second leg of Forest lose to United.
Dear Baker says Fabio Vieira is better than Luis Diaz. I've not seen enough. I've not seen enough of Vieira.
Chats out of his
Yeah.
bleep the word because I want to get monetised.
What? I don't think a chat's out his arse is going to get you to monetise.
Right. Chats out his arse.
Yeah. I don't think YouTube will clamp down on arse.
Just we keep saying it. It might. No, that is rubbish. Luis Diaz is good.
No, we've just not seen enough of Vieira yet.
No, Luis Diaz is good.
Vieira outperformed Diaz in the Portuguese league. Just going to have more assists in the Portuguese league, says X says. Vieira's technically better. Even that's arguable, but I've not seen enough of Vieira.
I'm sorry. What is this debate?
What?
How we? Am I missing a trick here? What is so good about that? I know he's good, but are we forgetting how good Luis Diaz is?
Sort of, because he's not played football for 6 months.
That is true. Where is he? He's injured, isn't he?
He's been injured for ages.
What did he actually do?
Loads of stuff, mate.
I mean, what injury? Gundogan, Alvarez.
Also, for comparison, Vieira's 22, Diaz is 26. In 4
Gundogan.
years' time, Vieira will probably be better than Diaz is now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, unless he's injured, in which case it'll be the same. But
Unless Diaz just never recovers.
yeah, doesn't more physically suited to the league right now. Yeah, but I think it's perfect for Vieira to learn under Odegaard to sort of be
I
that
think they're different
rotation
positions as
option
well, aren't they?
and build up his
Why do
physicality
they
over the
keep doing
years.
this? They keep comparing players that play different positions.
Yeah, but that's not too much
Like
of a
they compare
disparity between
Werner
a
and
winger and an
Nunes.
attacking midfielder. Well, they play the same position. They're both strikers. They're just different profiles of striker.
Well, no, Werner played winger though most of his time at Chelsea.
Yeah, I guess, but similar. Isn't it?
Saliba.
That's not saying you can't compare Messi and Ronaldo because they never played in the same position.
True. That is true. Okay, I take
You know,
that voice.
Messi's been an attacking
But
midfielder and a right winger.
Them.
Ronaldo's been a left winger and a striker.
You don't need to compare them.
But also, yeah, Messi and Ronaldo are very different profiles again.
Tomiyasu.
It depends what you want.
Look
Ronaldo's
on
an out-and-out goal scorer who's
Vieira.
massive. Messi's a technically gifted, diminutive winger.
But one still cuts it in the
creator.
European game and one's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but in 2 years' time, Messi will probably also be in Saudi Arabia.
But that's 2 years though that he has over Ronaldo.
No, because he's 2 years younger than Ronaldo. I'm not going to judge the Messi and Ronaldo debate because little magic happened in Madeira 2 years before it happened in Rosario. Like,
It's all mad, yeah. It's a bit, to be fair, it probably was made by a wizard. Or like a genie. I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus was angels and Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi was
Conspiracy
genie.
theories, part 1. Ronaldo and Messi were born by a genie. Here's Gabriel. Saliba. Speaking of wizards, let's get Fabio.
There probably was a bit of contact. I think they were rubbing a lamp though. Here comes Alvarez. Sick
I'm sorry.
Blocked by Gabriel. I was going to go out for a corner. I think Gabriel
But
would
if
get
this
there.
happens in the
Outplay.
Premier League, this would be the most
But it does.
anticlimactic.
Look at City Arsenal.
It's so
Nothing
boring.
happened until now, where Arsenal were crap, and it's like
City
3-0.
are boring. Arsenal are dull as well.
Right.
They're all just. They're both
That's surprising.
dull.
When you pit two brilliant teams against each other who have both been fairly formidable in the league this season, they're going to struggle to break each other down.
I've thought, we went to watch Arsenal play Tottenham.
That's the thing,
Tottenham are
right?
rubbish.
That's why City Tottenham is always a brilliant game, because Tottenham have no understanding of what a system is, so they just ram
Alvarez
it.
turns as a goal.
Oh,
It's
against
a
the
post.
post! That could have been very exciting. Grealish.
Grealish.
Can he get a shot away?
What's he doing?
Ake in support. Grealish still going. I think he wants a foul. I think he's trying to draw
Ake.
for Ake.
Oh,
And he
that's a
has
beautiful
slotted it in.
finish.
It's a good finish from Nathan Ake. The deadlock has broken.
Asking
Harry
for
wanted
Chelsea.
excitement. He got excitement. Jack Grealish couldn't fashion himself a bit of space to take a shot. Lays off to Nathan Ake, and he curls one around Matt Turner. You could argue the Americans should do more, but good finish. And you know, can't take anything away from
I'll be honest,
Nathan Ake.
it's been one-way traffic
Yeah.
in the second half, and that's a much-deserved Manchester City goal.
Yeah, City have been the better side. Alvarez unlucky not to score with the shot
Really,
cannoning off the post. Jack Grealish then tries to fashion a little bit of space for a shot, lays it off to Ake, and on his weak foot he puts it around Matt Turner at full stretch. It's a brilliant goal for Manchester City. A big goal indeed. I do think City could make a very good run of the FA Cup this year, unsurprisingly. I think City will probably be strong in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Grealish does well.
Ramsdale would have saved that,
It's
yeah.
a really good finish, you know. It's a really good finish.
Saliba should do more. I think Ramsdale would have got there.
Just pass it into the side net. It's a really
Ramsdale
good
would have saved
goal.
that. What was the straight Matty over? And yeah, I agree with you.
So well, and City, as it stands, will be through. Are they checking something on
Probably.
VAR?
No,
not,
their
mate,
substitutions. Arsenal want to change. Zinchenko, Martinelli, and I didn't see who the guy was.
That wasn't anyone. That's Tomiyasu just standing next.
Oh, right, of
Yeah,
course.
Trossard off for Martinelli and Alexander Zinchenko is going to come on the pitch for Kieran Tierney. Arsenal reacting to that City goal immediately and now fancy getting an equaliser.
Kieran Trippier has extended his contract at Newcastle. It's set to run out at the end of next season, but he has extended it for the year. So now run out at the end of the 2024-25 season. That would imply, obviously, Trippier's been sensational this year, but I think there's an area that Newcastle are going to have to look at addressing soonish.
They've got 2 years though,
Yeah, of course.
and he's still European.
They're going to want to bring in a youngster to be playing under him for the next year or two.
Yeah,
I'd say Tariq Lamptey would be the perfect fit, but Lamptey really wants starting minutes, doesn't he?
DJ Spence.
He keeps
He
leaving
loves sitting on the bench.
big clubs to go to smaller clubs so he can get more minutes. It's interesting.
Cash.
Don't know.
Jacka ball in.
Nketiah! He's made a bit of a mess of that, Eddie Nketiah, and he's
got-
frustrated himself.
In my opinion, he's
That
got
should
to
have been a
finish
goal.
that. He's got a world-class...
And that is the difference between Haaland and Nketiah.
Yeah, okay, not world-class, but a quality striker finishes that chance.
To be fair, I think Laporte gets a touch, which is crucial in the end.
Does he?
There. I think I've
maybe.
not an easy finish for Nketiah, but I think that little touch just makes it a bit more difficult.
Oh, it's cool.
Still a
How's
quality
it-
strike.
did he not
Because
touch
Laporte
it?
touched it. That's what I'm
Oh, I
saying.
thought Nketiah touched it.
I still think Nketiah should have got there.
Yeah.
But Laporte, it was
Ball
Laporte.
ball's to be delivered. This is a chance for Arsenal to equalise immediately. Saka. What's he waiting for? Don't know. Hasn't put the ball in yet. Arm up, arm down.
Ball
delivers.
in.
That's not a bad ball, right on the keeper, claimed by Ortega.
Yeah. It's an alright delivery ball, isn't really causing much harm, and it's in an area that Ortega can claim it easily. Not so many massive mistakes yet from Ortega. And no mistake throwing it to Laporte. Back to Ortega. And it's distributed nicely. Trying to find not Riyad Mahrez. Kyle Walker. Forgot Kyle Walker was on the pitch. And now it's back with Arsenal. Gabriel to Saliba. Saliba back to Gabriel. Arsenal under pressure from De Bruyne. And they managed to get out wide to Zinchenko. And now Arsenal can come forward. Zinchenko wanted to try an ambitious ball. Is now going to go for that ambitious ball. It's a brilliant switch to the play to Bukayo Saka. Brought down excellently. And now Arsenal have transitioned into a very promising attacking phase. Tomiyasu back to Saka. Saka looking to cut inside with the ball. Who can he pick out? He's still going, Bukayo Saka. And now he finds Martinelli. Martinelli has Zinchenko on the overlap, but he's going to come inside. Delivers the ball. Headed away by
the two
Laporte.
changes.
Only as far as
of
Tomiyasu.
Zinchenko and Martinelli completely changed
Yeah,
his
instantly
Arsenal
injected some energy into the team.
It looks like they've just come out.
Tomiyasu, I think he's in an offside position, but he can still deliver the
in,
ball.
Nketiah.
Nketiah brings it down, but
Behind him,
yeah.
to be fair.
Can't do anything with it. And City
He didn't bring
clear.
it down. Xhaka, that is a shocking.
Tries to head it to Zinchenko, but De Bruyne does really well to keep it on, and then Xhaka fits in a massive challenge,
Thing is, though,
unsurprisingly.
2 years ago, he gets the man there.
Only the man.
Yeah. He's still got the man.
And Zinchenko just
Martinelli.
totally Arsenal starting to play some really nice football. I mean, they are a goal down, but this is a lot more promising. Vieira.
Is Martinelli number
Back to
8?
Gabriel. No. Number 11.
Oh, it kind of looks like
Yeah, they are quite close together with this Arsenal FA Cup font.
it is a strange font. I'm not sure I'm a fan.
That's a bit of a classic font, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's that? Xhaka. Martinelli. Back to Zinchenko.
Zinchenko now.
Arsenal trying to find a way through here.
Comes inside, lays it to... Is that Granit Xhaka again? I believe it is. Can he pick out someone with a pass? Grealish stops it getting a Saka. Okay, and then pumping it long. Saliba, though, again. Haaland can't get a touch on the ball now that Saliba's on the pitch. Xhaka, out wide. Martinelli. But he's in an offside position, I thought. It looked in a dangerous area there, Martinelli. Could have caused Walker a lot of issues. But, yeah. Just offside there. Very close for Martinelli. Huge interest in Spurs defender Tanganga. You're probably from some League 2 sides. Jaffa Tanganga is just
I was Varane and
so
laggy.
average. Yeah.
He is.
Oh, Haaland's in behind. He's out. Hold off Gabriel
Turner
and Turner's
again.
there to the rescue. Apparently it's a foul though, regardless. It didn't matter if Haaland
That
could
man's
finish it or
everywhere.
not.
Equally.
Yeah, except where's the huge interest coming from Jaffa Tanganga?
Right, prediction. Grimsby and Chesterfield.
I'm gonna go a nightclub. Brilliant.
Bouncer.
Bodyguard. Yeah, that's what I meant. Not bodyguards.
Or, hear me out,
Just stripper.
Tesco's. Bit of heavy lifting.
Yeah. Get stuck in.
I can't
Saliba.
wait to hear. If I hear, like, Inter
Brentford.
Milan,
Inter Milan.
Grealish,
That'd be
really
brilliant.
good footwork, plays it into Haaland,
Haaland.
plays it to De Bruyne. Rodri.
Cross to Gundogan. Gundogan has Ake as an option. Uses Nathan Ake. Back with Ilkay Gundogan. Rodri. Knocks it out wide. City able to build up down this right hand side. Again, they're forced backwards though. Arsenal just look so strong with the press.
I'm still waiting.
Roma, says Nick Nack.
Not a
That's
chance.
horrific. Grealish. Ake.
I will leave right now. It's Roma.
Laporte.
Oh,
The Premier League Bundesliga and Turkey. I think Turkey would probably be the most
Turkey.
realistic option. Who in the Premier League was Japhet Tanganga? And let's ball for trying to speed run relegation, but
speed run. Five signings.
Bundesliga, I
Five
guess.
signings speed run relegation.
An injured
Tanganga.
Nicholas Jackson,
Yeah.
Japhet Tanganga. Spend 30 mil on Zaniolo, and then he's just an injury-prone
Bring Peter
player.
Crouch
He's fantastic, but it's going to take time to adjust. Andy Carroll. No specific plus mention that's your answer. All sounds a bit vague to me. Yeah, I'm with Nick Nack there. I think that's just Tottenham trying to draw some interest. But
Trying to make it
Christ.
sound like people
Yeah.
want.
Oh, everyone wants him, mate. Japhet
But is
Tanganga's
that
worth
to try and get
loads.
teams to actually buy him, or is that to try and,
I guess it's to raise his price if there is a suitor.
or is it to try and make him feel better about himself by saying, "Pill do want you"?
Don't worry, Japhet. There's loads of clubs out there. Trust me, if you
The
leave him for free
contract.
at the end of this
What a
season,
goal.
you'll be fine.
They should just release him and he
Saka.
delivers.
Delivered and
Okay,
Kessie can't
Ronaldo
get there.
couldn't get there. Yeah.
Grealish. Gundogan.
Haaland, Rodri, who just gets there
Out
out
wide to
early.
Kevin De Bruyne.
18 minutes to go. Then I'm going to ask the question: is this finishing 1-0?
Yeah.
I was going to say the same, but now it's boring, so I'm going to say no, and I think Arsenal will equalise.
I'll say no, and I got 2-0 City.
I think my prediction could still be on. I think
City will
Arsenal
win 'em.
could still win this 2-1.
They could, but they won't. Do you know why?
Why?
I don't know. I want to know as well.
Oh, right, we'll
Alvarez.
find out. We'll find out in 17
Okay.
minutes why.
Laporte. Cross to Ortega.
Do City go on to win the FA Cup they win today?
No.
I think there's too many.
Because Luton.
I was going to say I think United
Who
will beat
Luton got?
Reading. I think
Keep
Brighton.
forgetting.
I think Brighton could win the FA Cup this year.
You are waffling.
How am I waffling?
It's just not happening.
Why not? Brighton
don't.
are really good.
Yeah, so is City though.
I think Brighton beat City.
Sorry, no.
Luton got Grimsby tomorrow. Should be aware.
What? Hang on. Why do you not think Brighton could beat City?
They could, but they won't.
Is that just answer everything? There's a child.
Okay.
Why
And we've cut to a person who's put their
was
kid on
the
his
I
shoulders.
think he was dangling him over the railings. He's on the ground floor. He's fine. It's not like in the second tier. I think he was just kind of put him over the advertising boards, and I don't know. Bernardo Silva's coming off.
He's not like going up.
The ball coming off.
He's threatening Arsenal with blackmail. I'll drop a baby if you don't ask for it. Kevin De Bruyne coming off. He's failed to make an impact tonight, Kevin De Bruyne.
He's done nothing.
Yep.
He's come on for Bernardo. Brilliant player. Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, magnificent footballer.
Magic.
B. Silva. T. Silva, clear.
Grealish on the throw. 16 minutes for City to see this out. That's Jack Grealish now to throw a football. He's still working it out. Oh, yeah, there you go. And then just put the ball behind your head. No, it just doesn't work. There we go. Well done, Jack. Oh, that's good football from Grealish. But that's not good
Lose
football from
possession.
Grealish. And then Jack just smacks it at Bernardo Silva. Odegaard's on as well. When did Odegaard get on?
So they're snacking on without us noticing. Though Vieira is still on the pitch. Saka has come off. Must have missed that. Liverpool have talked to Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham this month. I think that's a big waste. As much as they're brilliant players, don't get me wrong, but I think Liverpool operating on a bit of a smaller budget at the moment would make more sense to spend that 100 mil on 3 players rather than 1, and actually build a midfield. But they won't.
They don't want to do that.
No.
Again, City taking really long over their throw-ins now. Trying to run the clock down.
You can predict what Liverpool are going to do. They're going to they're going to go all out for Bellingham, 100 mil, 150 mil, until they lose out to Real or City, and then they'll have like 20 days left of the summer window to go, and then end up like 20 days until the season starts, and they'll just sign someone completely random. Like they'll go and get Sander Berge for £26 million, or someone.
Nino Pereira.
Yeah.
But like
No,
Arsenal,
they'll overspend on someone. I don't know. Houssam Aouar or something like that.
Arsenal will be not happy about this time wasting going on. Arteta in the ear of the 4th official. Long ball from Ortega. Flicked on by
5 Premier League
Walker.
clubs in for Spence on loan. That's such a weird situation. Why did Tottenham buy a right wing back? They already had 2, and then don't use their new one. Instead, they use Emerson Royale, who everyone seems to think is absolutely tragic, but still they play.
Apart from Conte.
Yeah,
Doherty does not like the same Doherty.
No.
He was a Nuno Espirito man. He's only worked on the
It didn't play under Nuno Espirito. It's just such a weird situation.
But like Victor Moses. Victor Moses was only good under Conte.
Yeah, the system suited him. The conditions were just right for him to do well that season.
13 minutes to go. City could extend their lead here and probably put the game to bed.
For me, DJ Spence would have been an easy £15 million pickup for Chelsea. I don't know how Tottenham convinced him to join them, because surely Chelsea would just go, well, they've got 2 right wing backs, we've got 1 who's injury prone.
Grealish. Ball in. It's a good one. It's over everyone.
Spence would be a perfect fit. But obviously, you're not now going to buy him from Tottenham.
Ball in from Alvarez. Punched by
punch clear by Matt Turner.
His left arm's working again. Zinchenko. Gabriel. Martinelli. Arsenal play themselves out of trouble. They failed to do so.
100 mil is 1 Caicedo, 1.25 Rice is 100 mil. Yeah, I don't think that's. A couple of years back, West Ham were asking for 120 mil for Declan Rice. But now with a year left on the deal, they'll happily take 70. So I think it'll be a similar situation to Caicedo. I think he'll either be stuck or he'll have to force a move away. Like Trossard did. Because no one's paying 100 mil for
Well, I
Moise
don't see
Caicedo.
Rice, kicking up a stink to get out.
Well, he doesn't have to. He's got a year left. So West Ham are going to cash in on 70 mil. And I think they'll join Arsenal at the end of the season. Chelsea's interest seems to have cooled. I think that was very much a Lampard thing, potentially also a Tuchel thing as well. But seemingly Potter has no interest in
Potter
bringing
seems to be happy.
Declan Rice to Chelsea.
That's what I like. Potter seems to be happy who you getting in.
Yeah, I think they're deals that make sense. When you look at it on paper, you can see there's logic behind it. It's not just, he's a good player, let's bring him in. Not just Timo Werner's a good player. I mean, if you looked at that window objectively and not got excited actually by the transfers, you'd have probably gone, well, it seems a bit scattergun considering our current squad. We've not addressed massive issues, and we've we've brought in talented players, but they're all relative unknowns in the Premier League. But you get some don't. Thiago Silva's become one of my favourite Chelsea players of all time.
Yeah.
Same with Timo Werner. But he's just never played all that well.
Yeah. Akanji. To Bernardo Silva, was he fouled there? The ref played his advantage.
System will be enough, but Brighton want to keep him until the summer. Yeah, I think the problem for Brighton is they don't want to undergo too much upheaval throughout this winter. They've already lost. They've already lost Trossard, which is a big change in the squad. I think if they were to change up their midfield as well, which is a lot harder to do over the winter. They only lost Yves Bissouma 6 months ago. They lost Cucurella 6 months ago. I think they'd like to keep it to two.
I think they've lost so many
two
big
to
players.
three players leaving.
They've lost so many big players, but they're still performing to the highest degree.
Apparently, Chelsea bid 50 mil for Alexis McAllister the other day as well, which I find bizarre, because sure that implies like Mason Mount's leaving, or that we're not going to bring in Felix on a permanent or something like that. But interesting one. 10 minutes left in this one. Then Arsenal have got to do something. So at the moment, City are still keeping it fairly tight. I mean, they're not under a lot of pressure at the moment. See, they're able just to play. That forward ball's not troubling Arsenal at all. But Arsenal down deep in their own half, they've got to create something. They've just, they've started to make some changes. Not really had much of an impact as much as City's changes did.
Yeah.
So Arsenal trying to come forward, City regain position. I think as much as Arsenal we lost to City, which is a bit annoying. I think that they won't mind this result.
And if they win the Europa League and win the Premier League, they'll be ones who laugh at the end of the year.
Exactly. And the fact that they can afford to lose to City twice in the league and they'll still be 2 points clear, they're in a really strong point. They're in a really strong position. And I honestly think City could lose next weekend.
Yeah, Tottenham, yeah.
Honestly, Tottenham, it's 4-2 last time,
Alvarez,
but that was at the Etihad. If City go 2-0 down at White Hart Lane, it'll be 5-2. But if they go 3-0 up, it could be 3-3. Whereas Arsenal, they're not drawing points at Everton. If anything, they'll hit double digits. So, yeah, I think
double digits.
I could see it. Everton looks so bad. They're not going to have a manager.
The thing is, defensively, they're not that bad.
Well, they might have a manager by next weekend.
And they've got Cody and Tarkovsky. They're not.
Yeah, Dyche will keep it tight. All right, that's disrespect. So Dyche has never lost a game.
I still think
by more
it should
than
be
4.
Sam Allardyce.
That would be double digits.
Relegation expert. He knows what he's doing.
Yes, he was in any of the last 2 decades. Let's not bring him into another decade.
He's more of a survival specialist than Bear Grylls.
It's not. Bear Grylls, great shout. Bring him in.
No, that'd be on
if Allardyce is coming in, it's going to be in Bournemouth in about 3 months' time, when Gary O'Neill's just lost the plot because he's watched Dom Solanke spoon another shot over the bar from about 9 yards out.
Philip just smacking him 30 yards.
Bournemouth are such a yo-yo club, aren't they? I can never see Bournemouth going any higher. I know they've got no investment now, but I mean, to be fair, they're bringing in like Nicholas Jackson.
And the thing is, though, some teams are yo-yo clubs, and then their yo-yo breaks. Either the Premier League or Championship. I think Norwich's yo-yo looks to have broken the Championship.
That's because Dean Smith is actually just tragic. Like, he just went on a Brentford side where David Wagner's just. I mean, he's done alright so far. He's won every game.
But why is he back in English football? Why is he here?
No, he's not horrific though. I think it's a decent appointment. It's better than Was he?
Yes.
I don't think he was at all. They were brilliant in the Championship. They came up to the Prem, and you want to know the problem was for Huddersfield? They had about 10 quid to spend.
Aaron Moy was banging.
Yeah, had no chance.
Who is Aaron Moy now, though? Because he still plays for Australia.
Melbourne City FC, isn't he?
Oh, it's laughable. Odegaard. What is laughable is that Arsenal are losing this game still. Can they find a goal?
Should find out where Aaron Moy's at.
Tomiyasu, Odegaard. Arsenal pushing for now a replay if they were to score.
Oh, he's at Celtic.
Oh, that's good. And Ketia.
Aaron Moy's at Celtic.
Zinchenko at the top. Martinelli headed behind by Walker. It's out for a Arsenal corner.
Aaron Moy to Celtic is the sort of transfer that you see in the summer and you go, well,
they've got a weird Australian contingent now, the manager.
Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, that's why it's happened. They brought in Ange Postecoglou and he brought in some people we could actually understand. Got rid of Scott Brown. He didn't have a clue what he said when he first met him.
That was not my Scott Rowland. That was not my Scott Rowland.
I don't know.
Cool.
He only had the word oi in his vocabulary.
Calling from Martinelli.
And he wasn't even remotely Scottish.
Oh, no, ref's fine with Sunderland. He's got a word with a couple of people. Who is it? It is Walker and Xhaka.
Xhaka causing problems. I've never heard of that
It
before.
looks like Carl Walker has been the problem child here. 6 minutes to go. Arsenal corner. Can they get a leveller here? They're crowding the 6-yard box. Ball in. It's not a bad ball, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just about...
Goal.
Might see if
Martinelli.
they can do anything
Do
first.
Martinelli.
That's reckless.
So many blue shirts.
I
It's
think
another
it's out from the corner.
What are you going to say?
Oh, they're just in chat at the moment talking about Brentford and Brighton, how well run they are. I mean, Brighton have an endless talent factory because, like, I love how everyone was going a couple months ago. Oh, Trossard is brilliant player. We've got to bring him in everywhere. 3 months later, no one at Brighton cares about Trossard because they've got Matoma now. It's like, where's this guy come from? And when Matoma's gone, they'll have another guy there, and it's an endless cycle of
Mope
football.
gone. Ferguson turns up.
Yeah, it's like, where's this random Irish child come from? Who's actually good at foot? It's like,
obviously Brentford.
when have you ever seen an 18-year-old thrown in a Premier League team and they,
and Brentford have an ethos that will always work.
And even Aaron Connolly didn't look horrific for a bit of time. And yeah, Brentford,
Key word there is a
they're Moneyball. So they're
Works.
Moneyball aesthetic. It's just brilliant, yeah. When have Brentford failed on a transfer?
They haven't.
I don't look at any of their business and go, oh, that's a failure. No, and even players now.
I
But
know
I
they
think
run things on-
Saïd Benrahma, I think,
Like-
has struggled at West Ham. But that
I know they run
Brentford.
things on expected goals. How do they actually work out like buying defenders and that?
you can still look at expected statistics like you can look at. I mean, Brentford do it on blocks. Is what I've seen a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. Look at Ben Mee.
Yeah, I say that man puts his body on the line for that team.
I think basically what Brentford want is bonus points in FPL. Because they must be looking at like good defensive actions going, you know what, that's going to get loads of bonus points.
I know they probably can't play, can they? But they must be brilliant at FPL.
Well, yeah. Well, you can play, but it'll give some clubs advise people not to. Like, I know Villa had that whole scandal where there was
Grealish,
leaks that Grealish wasn't going to play because
the whole Villa
yeah.
squad on their bench.
But the tea lady benched him.
See, like, he was having none of it. Ball over top to Nketiah, heads it down. Can't find Odegaard though, but he does win it back. Xhaka slots in.
Martinelli, he's not going to get there. Ortega out.
Ortega, quick off his line,
Leapt forward like a cat.
just like Matt Turner did in the first half.
Yeah.
Was he offside?
But then
Yes, miles.
you probably would have
Wouldn't have counted if it
got a
gone
better
in.
save out of a cat. What for Ake's goal?
Yeah.
The fact that Manchester City Arsenal's about to be settled by Nathan Ake, like
Side foot.
P roller, is brilliant.
The pinnacle of English football is to be settled by a...
And I love Nathan Ake. I think he's a
pass.
brilliant player.
Yeah, but
It's a shame
still.
things never worked out for him at Chelsea. I mean, sorry, it's a shame that Chelsea just decided to bid him off for no apparent reason. Like in 2017.
It's weird. We're a weird football club.
That's the thing, right? Chelsea, more than happy to cast aside talents like Livramento, Lamptey, but Loftus-Cheek has, for some reason, survived
It's
the
brilliant
culling.
from Martinelli. Gets it, cuts it back, it falls,
I know,
it falls to
Loftus-Cheek never- I
Nketiah.
guess-
And another absolute brilliant leap on top of the ball from Ortega.
I guess with Livramento and that, they've never really wanted to leave.
Yeah,
Also, they've
like
desperately wanted to leave,
reactions.
and Loftus-Cheek just never wanted to go anywhere. But
No desire.
should we just tell him you've got to go, mate? You can't stay here anymore. Like, yeah, but at some point, rent is due and he's not paying it, and you just gotta go.
What's going to happen? How long can this man stay at our football club?
I don't know. Well, I said the only transfer you can argue was poor for Brentford is Mikhail Damsgaard, who hasn't really broken into the first team. Yeah, but he will eventually, and he'll do bits. And the thing for Mikhail Damsgaard is even if the transfer doesn't work out per se, he's still going to have a ridiculous resale value. You're not going to make a massive loss on him. Bought him for 25 mil. I reckon you could even make a profit potentially. I think it'll come good eventually. Aaron Hickey, I mean, look how good
Eventually,
he's
yeah.
been. Aaron
Yeah.
Hickey's come into Premier League and looks like he's played his whole life.
Rico Henry most of the
Well,
season.
yeah, but Hickey's been playing at right wing back
Where's
at
Hickey
times.
come from? Bologna.
Bologna. He's always been injured as well, Hickey.
Yeah, true.
But when he was playing, it was Henry on the left, Hickey on the right for a bit, and then Rawstad's been in the side more recently with Hickey out injured for a
I
bit.
think Johan Visser. Where did that man come from?
It's just like I
Where
always
did
thought
he
he's just a
come from?
random Brentford midfielder, but it's just like
Now he's up
mint
front
this
and
year.
scoring goals.
Yeah, I thought, oh, Tony's gone. They're
Where
going
did he actually come from?
I don't know.
Where did they find him?
He was just sat in a field one day.
In DR Congo. Is he from DR Congo?
Yeah, Democratic Republic of Congo. Born in France, he represents the DR Congo. So he's at Lorient.
Ah, right.
That's what they do there. They go to these little French academies who find like 1 billion children every year.
Because they
Like Rennes.
they own the whole of North
Ren
Africa.
literally. Well, no, they did, and then obviously all the people moved
But
across.
they
Now
still moved
just
across,
breed
yeah.
brilliant footballers.
Well,
Well, they do.
They don't-
Because France have got this brilliant mix of Northern African talent that's then been born and raised in France,
Yeah.
and fantastic French players were already good before then.
And if they don't declare for France,
Whereas England
They
decided,
still play in the French
England decided to
leagues.
colonise all the places where you don't get any good footballers. Australia and India. Obviously, there's loads more, but I don't think the sole goal of colonisation was to build a
I'll be
brilliant
honest.
football generation. But
yeah.
but that point
I
aside,
tell you what, but I just think there. I tell you what, I think we're going to find some absolute gems in Trinidad and Tobago.
yeah.
Again, why do we go there? Why
You
do we
prob-
go to these places?
No, they were good. Anyway, I don't think today is a. I don't think today's show is.
Arsenal 4 minutes.
Just going to have a
find
discussion
goal.
about colonisation. But
Do you think they'll find one?
no. I see you look really good.
Yeah.
Well, not really good, but they look good enough to see this over the line.
I think it'll be a last gasp equaliser.
You should be one of Sky Sports transfer experts at XEdge channel. Yeah, Nick Nack. He probably should, because they don't know what to talk about anyway.
I'll be honest,
Carve Solical and that.
he's questionable.
To be a transfer expert on Sky, basically what you got to do is you got to follow Fabrizio, and then you got to see that little button that says notifications. Click that and all, and then David Ornstein, and you hit follow and click that and all, and then you go to Demarcio, so you can get some fake ones in there for a laugh.
And there is a chance, and there's a small chance, that people put on Sky Sports News before they go on social media, and they might think that the brilliant idea was your idea until they look at Fabrizio's tweet that happened to go up before you mentioned it.
But you will fool the, general Sky Sports viewer.
Because they all think you're a genius. And then every now and
Also,
again
they don't know what
Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano is.
what is a Fabrizio?
They think that they follow on Twitter are Sky Sports.
Oh, do you know what?
Okay, got a player like he's done well. He's played well. He's scored a goal. What do you
Yeah,
want? What do you
look
want from
at
him?
it. It's
It's a good finish.
He's not my man of the match. Do you want to know who my man of the match is?
I'll take her.
No. He's done well though today. Do you know what? Okay, he's actually like. Do you know what? I'm gonna give it to Ortega.
Okay, sure. Dwight York was from Trinidad and Tobago. Great knowledge, Nick. No? 4 minutes of stoppage time. Yes, Luke. Forgot to mention it, but Harry luckily did the graphics. I didn't need to. Mbeumo is a talented player. Yes. Pedro
Again.
Porro's joined Tottenham. What signing has he? Is that announced?
Oh, what a signing! Really, another right wing back that's gonna be bang average. Tottenham are a really weird club. But yeah, my man, I'll give it to Stefan Ortega. Made some big saves, can't big for City. when you
He's a
need him.
good signing, but he's
backup
their
goalkeeper,
fourth
done
right
well.
wing back.
Yeah. But like City just holding the ball in the corner now with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. It's an Arsenal throw. Arsenal want to get it out the corner and get going immediately.
There's no official announcement from the club yet, but as Fabrizio said,
It's
we
done.
There we go.
It's not here we go.
No, not yet.
Are we sure?
Let's have a look.
Should we just check here?
No, Trivia signed a new contract, and Illich is going to Torino.
Wow.
And Gusto to Chelsea is a here we go.
Ilkay Gundogan's been booked, by the way. Who is?
Other than that, Gusto.
Ah, yeah. Here we go. Saliba goes long. It's his last-ditch efforts for Arsenal to save their Emirates FA Cup, and they've given a foul. That's soft from Tierney. Paul Tierney, that is the
Pedro
referee.
Porro is one of the best fullbacks in Portugal. Yeah, but it's like being the best striker in the Armenian division. Like, no, I think Pedro Porro is a
Okay.
good player, but I don't
But
think.
like, what other right backs are in Portugal?
That Almeida guy, he's alright. To be fair,
He's like 35.
He is, yeah. But I don't think that it's necessary for Tottenham, but unless they're selling Spence and Doherty. Why does it?
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You can't have 4 players that play the same
Long
position
ball from
nowhere
Ortega.
else.
Headed on by Haaland. That it looks like it's going to be it.
He just meant's got to go. I think Gordon's gone to Newcastle. Yeah, he has. He has Matteo. I think that's an interesting transfer. I think it fits. I think that's a good fit. Because I think Maximan's
Got
going
to
to
go
AC
long from
Milan.
Arsenal. That's what they're doing. Arsenal know what they're going to do.
Kanji. Chest it down nicely. That's the thing. As much as people go, Gordon's output isn't stunning. So Maximan's hasn't been, and everyone seems to love him because he has a Gucci headband and he's just funny on Twitter. So
Silly free kick going away by Zinchenko again. Commissioner doesn't get sent off here.
when Newcastle get Gordon, I think he offers them a different dynamic. You know, he's a player that can. Yeah, they don't have anything on the counter at the moment. Newcastle. I think it will offer them that. He's someone who he's fast. I don't rate Gordon. I don't rate him highly either, mate. I'm really glad he's going to Newcastle, not coming to Chelsea. But I think he does fit the profile of what Eddie Howe will need from another left winger.
As we head into the 95th minute, this is it.
And while long term Newcastle and Gordon isn't a world class left winger for Newcastle, he will be a rotation option. That is game. Set down the match. It's full time here at the Etihad. Manchester City get the business done. They're through to the 5th round, and they'll be more than happy with tonight's work. Yeah, that's all they needed. Arsenal will be disappointed they're out, but I think they will look on the bright side and see that they've still got the Europa League and the Premier League to challenge for. My player of the match, I will go Nathan Ake. I think he was simply a cut above the rest tonight. Nathan Ake, I think he looked really, really solid. I think defensively he looked good, and obviously he got the goal that was the all-important strike. But yeah, that's it for today. We are back in 2 days on Sunday. We're going to be doing a bit of the area. We were debating, do we do Wrexham, Sheffield United? Didn't know whether that'd be a cracker or not. We also looked at Dortmund by Leverkusen, but I think we will do Roma Napoli. So look out for a stream page. Make sure to set a reminder and join us there on Sunday evening. Look out for Guess the Footballers as well. They've been doing some great views over the last few days. I'd love to see. I know XZ always replies to them, so yeah, make sure to check them out as well.
Get your guesses in.
Yeah, see if you can be the first one to get it. But yeah, that is all from us today. We'll be back on Sunday. Then next week we've got Carabao Cup streams, we've got podcasts, we've got loads of stuff coming. And if you are into your Formula One, then check out our other channel, TF1C. We will be back posting on that next week. But yes, that is all from us today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.